today at Genesis of Baton Rouge, where luxury and performance meet, on Airline across from Women's Hospital or at genesisofbatonrouge.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Finding the right personnel for your organization can be a challenge. At Glow Resources, we take that job seriously, but not ourselves. We place the best people into the right job. Glow Resources, complete employee solutions. GlowResources.com.
When we started GMFS Mortgage here in Baton Rouge 26 years ago, do you know where we wanted our headquarters to be? Here's a hint. We've never moved. That's right. We started in Baton Rouge. Our loans are originated, processed, and underwritten in Baton Rouge. Every step of the mortgage process happens here in Baton Rouge. So when you're ready to buy, build, renovate, or refinance, please check out GMFSmortgage.com and choose GMFS Mortgage of Baton Rouge. We are your local lender.
NMLS number 64997 is an equal housing lender. Mortgages originated at 7389 Florida Boulevard, Suite 208, Baton Rouge, Louisiana 70806.
104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge has your free tickets to the WNBA preseason game at the PMAC on May 2nd as Angel Reese returns to Baton Rouge with the Chicago Sky to take on the Brazil national team. It's the Show Us Your Angel ticket giveaway. Register to win tickets to the game, and extra chances will be awarded for a chance at premium seating and an autographed Angel Reese basketball. Show us your angel and join us at the PMAC on May 2nd. Sign up to win tickets at 1045ESPN.com.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. What? Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Tuesday, April 29th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 88 in hour one of today's show. Jake and T-Bob return to the studio. They'll give their thoughts on the NFL draft. They'll recap LSU and Tennessee as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo! What's going on, Baton Rouge? Welcome in Tuesday, April 29, 2025. It is time for brand new OTB. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Sorry we missed you yesterday, traveling and whatnot, but we are back, and you'll forgive us if we celebrate a bit of the weekend that was, as we did not get to talk about LSU's fantastic series win over those damn dirty Tennessee Volunteers. And then obviously we got draft. So look, there's a ton to get to. We got OTB Mailbag coming up today. I want to touch on the weird Bill Belichick interview, which has caused many questions to be asked about many things. Mississippi State baseball firing Chris Lemonis. Some big news there. We got Nick Underhill later. Story of the day. And it's going to be a fun day. So if you want to get involved, youtube.com/1045 ESPN. Come hang out. Also, give you a spoiler-free Sinners review. In case you have not seen it, watch it over the weekend. Good movie. Very fun. Very good movie. What's going on, though, Jake? Back from Lambeau, back here in the South. How you feeling?
About 45 degrees warmer.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Here in Louisiana, it was kind of cold-ish. I mean, all these people from Green Bay are walking around in shorts and a T-shirt. It was like,
it's like probably like
it was the
50.
warmest. Well, it was the warmest day they had to this point in the year, and it was like the hottest I think it got was like 53, 54, something like that. But yeah, Green Bay is certainly the most extended period of time I've spent there. Probably going to be the most in my life. I can't imagine I'll ever spend that many days in Green Bay, Wisconsin again. A lot of Green Bay Packer fans. I'll tell you that.
Looked like it. It looked like a lot of cheeseheads.
Like I was telling Alondra and Tay before the show, like in the last couple of years, Kansas City, Detroit's been a ton of people. And it's been obviously mostly Chiefs and Lions fans, but it's been way more from other teams. This was basically just Packer fans.
So did you eat very healthy? Green Bay does not. Did you engage in any of the local fare? How much cheese did you eat while you were there?
It's funny, when you checked into your hotel room, like everybody had a different flavor of cheese.
Good. That is good.
Yeah.
Good. That's exactly what I wanted to believe about Green Bay.
Yeah.
So you have already put me in a good mood to start the show here.
Yeah, so everybody had, like, they had refrigerators in the room, obviously, and had, like, a little note, hey, welcome to Green Bay. Here's what we chose for you.
What cheese did you get?
Provolone.
Okay. Hey, who doesn't love provolone?
I love provolone.
The premier sandwich cheese.
It's my favorite cheese, actually.
Of all cheeses.
Of all cheeses.
Even to casually eat.
I love provolone.
I love provolone as well. I think it's the number one sandwich cheese for me.
I like pepper jack as well. I know some people have different thoughts on pepper jack.
All right. Yeah, I'm not the biggest pepper jack.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine, but
I put it on, like, if I'm getting a sandwich, it's going to be pepper jack.
I don't think provolone would be my number one cheese if it was just eating the cheese alone, but an elite cheese nonetheless.
Yeah, either way.
A very kind cheese for them to choose for you.
Yeah, it was. So that was something. A lot of chain restaurants. A lot of chain restaurants there in Green Bay.
But chains that you recognize are like
sure.
Culver's and stuff or something.
Yeah, Culver's for sure. Culver's is something I know from my time at my in-laws' house in the Panhandle. We did have a Dave & Buster's day. It was...
Oh, hell yes.
Yes, it was me and EJ versus Chris Budden and Jason Horowitz. So it was off-campus versus College Sports Today, and we had a lot of fun with that.
What was the best Dave & Buster's game you played?
We did a basketball challenge. We did a Mario Kart challenge. We did a baseball pitch challenge, football, Hungry Hippo challenge, which they actually dominated. Horowitz must play that still.
Oh, you just gobbled them balls up.
He was.
Horowitz can with the best of them.
He was. And air hockey, so it was a lot of fun.
Do they still have the Derby Owners Club at Dave & Buster's?
No, they
highly
don't.
doubt it. Okay.
No, they don't. They don't.
Once again, I am asking for someone to give me, it's probably, I haven't checked now the prices in about 10 years, probably up to like $100K to try to get a Derby Owners Club machine. So if anybody wants to donate to the cause, let's make it happen. Alondra Villarreal, how was your weekend, girl?
Weekend was good. I saw Cody Johnson on Friday night.
Okay.
LSU baseball had me very stressed pretty much the entire weekend, but came out with a win. So
serious win, baby.
Go Tigers.
Friday, I remember. So I was flying out. I had to wake up at a little bit before 5 a.m. to fly out on Friday, but I really was trying to stay up and watch the game.
Yeah.
And finally. It must have been, was it after the top of the 8th? Finally at midnight, at the stroke of midnight. So maybe it was going into the 8th, maybe the 7th, it just ended.
Yeah.
Finally at the stroke of midnight, I was like, all right, dude, whatever. It's one. I didn't think they're going to, I was like, okay, I got to go to bed.
Yeah.
Little did I know the hour and a half of madness that the final few outs of that game would hold over, that I would later wake up to. Really mind-blowing, this insane pitcher's duel that was so tight, so just ruthless in terms of these guys getting cut down, and then all of a sudden just went absolutely insane, and then ends with 450 to dead center.
Crazy.
I mean, are you kidding me?
It's insane.
450 with the guy who entering the series where everybody's nervous about. He's your best hitter, but he's been ice cold. Was struggling that night, and then he comes up 450 dead center game winner. My God,
Bear
those who stayed were
Forever
rewarded.
in the lore of LSU baseball. Hanny was telling me, so if y'all don't know, I help Hanny with his Hannycast, the podcast that he does.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about it yesterday, and he said pretty much the same thing, that he had fell asleep on the couch and he was in and out of the game or whatever, and then he woke up and it was like the bottom of the 9th inning.
Oh,
and
lucky.
He had he was about to turn the TV off and go to bed.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "No, let me see what Jared Jones does." And then sure enough,
I mean,
we just gotten done with shows, so like I was good. I was locked in still because we didn't get off air till like 11:30 or something, and so we still had to get back to the hotel and get everything together. So we're sitting there and watching it, all of us, all like 6-7 of us that worked the show, like in the car.
Oh, I'm jealous. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is cool.
I'm so sad I did not get to see it live. I love thinking about everybody who
was there.
Yeah, because a fair amount of people stayed for the rain delay. Like at least to the start of the game.
That crowd pop was crazy.
On the opening K, the Kate Anderson's first strikeout. What do you end up with, 10 or 11? 11. But that first run, I was like, oh, okay. Like, for a 3-hour rain delay, that's insane how many people stayed. And then, yeah, man, the even more diehards sticking around till 1:30 a.m., not bailing when it's 3-0 and getting a little Alec Box magic, which then sets you up for a weekend in which you end up getting the series win. Love the bounce back on Sunday, too, after the disappointing 8th inning on Saturday. It kind of took the wind out of that game a bit. So just a hell of a weekend for LSU baseball. Curiel, Casey Evans, we can get into all of it. Tay-Tay, I think you got the flu this weekend. How are you feeling?
Something happened, man. Doing a lot better than yesterday morning. Shout out to Musso and Alondra. Had to lean on them a lot yesterday morning. Could not have done the show by myself, so they were a big help on that.
Nice work,
but
guys.
We had a wedding on Friday night. It went well. Almost a rain delay there also. It was an outdoor wedding, so kind of had to dodge the rain there. But hey, they made it work, and the reception went off without a hitch. So.
Yeah, I think it's probably where you got it. Unless you think you were feeling bad before.
I was kind of feeling bad before.
Probably quick
Wednesday,
though.
Probably Wednesday, Thursdays, kind of when I.
Jake, good luck to you. I think you're the only one that has not gotten the flu or whatever Alondra had that was flu-like.
He has like 5 kids at home, so all the bacteria is in his house. He's
trust me. It went through my home one by one.
Yeah.
Took about a little over a week to slowly bring every member to their knees.
Yeah.
But we made it. So.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to be sick in my house growing up too, so maybe there's some of that.
Just power through it.
Wasn't allowed.
See, I mean, again, I'm someone who like, yeah, okay, you're sick, you push through it. This flu, man, I don't know if it's just getting older.
I've had this in years.
This thing was something different. I felt like I was in osmosis.
Cold.
I felt like I was in Osmosis Jones.
That yesterday.
Yeah.
In that little El Muerte, what is it? Rojo Muerte, is that what they call him? I can't remember. Anyway. Do you remember Osmosis Jones?
Yeah.
I remember the movie. I don't remember like details about it, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I just rewatched it like a few weeks ago, and it's even funnier than I remembered growing up. And I thought it was very funny.
The massive Bill Murray pimple.
I mean, all of the making the city into a body analogies are just all great, right? Like that's like a greasy underground nightclub. It is the pits. Or like the slums and everything, like your armpit. It's just all it's all great. Shout out Osmosis Jones. All right, so when we get back, we can decide whether or not we want to dive into LSU Tennessee. Do we want to dive into this New Orleans Saints draft? If you want to get involved, guys, and tell us how much you did or did not miss us, you can do that at youtube.com/1045ESPN. Again. Huge credit to y'all for doing the show yesterday and Tay-Tay pushing through. I know you weren't 100%, so great job, brother.
Last thing before we take this first break, I found a Derby Owners Club, and it actually wasn't as much maybe as you thought. It sold for $7,000.
What? It was like 40-something thousand last time I looked. Where'd this thing sell for $7,000 at?
Coin Express, like a secondary, $7,995. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, I guess the maintenance is probably the biggest problem at this point.
Yeah.
If anything goes wrong, but sheesh. Okay, man. If anybody remembers what I'm talking about, it's like.
Yeah, I mean, I see one right now that's trying to ask for $11,000, so I think they've come down.
Okay, it's the greatest arcade game of all time. You breed a horse, you train it, you feed it, and then you race it. But then the best part is it prints out your horse's card, so you like save your horse. So you would have guys who would have binders.
And you ride a cowboy?
What?
And then you ride a cowboy?
No, that's an awful joke. Stop. Take a lap. If this was Lebertard Show and we'd had a penalty box, you'd be in the penalty box. Oh, it'd be a 2-minute minor.
It wasn't that bad.
It'd be a 2-minute minor.
I mean, I thought it was
penalty
pretty
box.
good, but whatever. You're being a hater.
But no, it was cool though, because then so you would race a horse and then you would retire it, and then you could breed that horse that was saved. So you would have people with like trading card binders.
Yeah.
Just stables of horses, dude. Oh, what a game. What a game. All right. What a weekend. When we get back, let's continue to get into it. More OTB coming up next.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. And join me in the Toyota Sienna minivan gang, y'all. Okay? They're cool as hell. Technology's off the charts. You can open your sliding doors with like 8 different buttons. It's so convenient, so kid-friendly, so much room for activities and boosters and car seats. It's time to give yourself over. And then look, you can fully customize, right? I want to go minivan, but I need for me, I want to do something. So what I do, murder it out. Black, okay? They made that happen. They custom ordered. That could be you. Whatever you want to custom order. Tundra doesn't have to be minivan. You get the point. Go to allstartoyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Yeah, also, if you want to rent any vehicle that they have, that's always going to be available. So here we are. It is the end of April. We know summer vacation coming soon. Go ahead and reserve that rental today. Go to the website to find more information and what is going to work best for you. allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioneer Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Ha. Yeah, there we go. There you go, Alondra. Just really make me accept your bad joke. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Lean in. Double down. These are all the lessons.
Why you think that was a bad
These
joke.
are all the lessons I've taught you, and I'm very proud of you for it.
Tell you what, though, like I'm kind of learning something here. Like if you do a joke and it doesn't stick to the person you're doing to, just keep pushing it. Eventually, you'll accept it.
Just
like,
keep doing it, dude. That's what I'm saying.
I don't hate the strategy.
I think this is a great strategy by Alondra here. So what do y'all? Okay, what y'all already talked about the weekend series. I mean, obviously, like I said, it was awesome. Derek Curiel was just unbelievable. By the way, Derek Curiel named SEC Freshman of the Week. Of course, he 5 of 12 on the weekend. Most of that coming Sunday. The incredible 4 for 4, 1 home run, 2 doubles, 5 ribbies. But critically, that 5th hit, the 2-out RBI single on Friday that tied the game and set up Bear Jones. I mean, what more can you say about him? And Casey Evans. I mean, just a couple of guys that when you talk about, you know, we've been talking about a lot lately because the draft's been here, about foundational pieces upon which you build teams. In Evans and Curiel, a couple of foundational pieces over the next 3 years upon which championships can be built here at LSU.
He continues to amaze, just not only with his play, like his play is incredible, but his mentality, continuing to be the first guy out there for LSU, you know, batting in the leadoff position for a team that certainly has championship aspirations. And man, they needed him in that big moment. He did. He got fired up. I've never seen him as fired up as when he crossed home plate after Bear Jones hit the home run. So you talk about a table setter and the mentality to be that young at this program and be able to not only handle it like in, you know, fight and scrap, but like to be thriving right now.
Thriving at that age. It's insane. Okay, am I crazy? Casey Evans both threw out the pin and started this weekend now, right? Yes.
Wait, yes.
Right? He got some limited action pin, then what he threw about 85, 86 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Obviously a bit of a rough start, gets out of it, dominates from there on out. But man, what a weapon Casey Evans could be. Like, truly, I don't know in all the years now that I've covered the team, which many of you listening probably have way more years than that in the game, right? Let's just say since I've been here past 6-7 years, whatever. I can't remember a guy who you could plug in that way. Like, he is the X factor to trying to guarantee a series win. It just depends on, okay, do we have the game 2 lead and now we just try to close the game with him and we go all in there to try to get the W, or do we need to save him and try to get it done on Sunday? Just really, really crazy versatility out of how you can plug Casey and Evans in wherever you need to win the series.
How were we feeling? Because I know some of us in the room were I don't remember who, so when I say some of us, it's not. I really don't remember of keeping Evans and Cowan in the bullpen because it almost guaranteed you if you had a lead, you were going to win the game. But LSU needs to find somebody they can count on in game number 3. Do we think it's going to be Evans? Do we think it's going to be determined? And depending on the situation, if Evans has to go in on a Friday or a Saturday night and he has to shut the game down, then you'll figure it out later on in the series. What do we think moving forward?
We kind of decided yesterday as a group, like, you use Case and Evans to win games. If you have to win on a Friday night, you have to go to Case and Evans, do it, worry about Sunday. Like, wins are wins. If you have to win Friday or Saturday.
Well, Friday's interesting because do you not maybe go Cowan on Friday?
You can. I mean, you have that option for sure.
Go ahead.
Wait, were you talking about this past Friday?
No, I'm talking about like in a theoretical setup.
Yeah,
You go Cowan first and then save Evans for either a Saturday lead or a Sunday start.
You could, and Cowan could start. I mean, you have that option now.
That's true. I forgot about that.
If you have to use them both to win a game, use them both to win a game. That's kind of where we were. And like Sunday, piece it together if you have to.
Yeah, so I was not a fan of like Cowan being a starter. I still don't think that we should do that. But with Evans, it kind of works. He was a starter in high school. But we did say, like, so I did the Jay Johnson show last night, and he was talking about this specifically. And he said that, like, on Saturday, he told Case and Evans the same thing that me and Taylor were just talking about. Like, hey, if we win this game, if we're winning this game, I'm going to put you in to close it. But if we don't, I'm starting you tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
okay, no, I was
Saturday.
wrong. He did not throw at all over the weekend.
I thought he did Friday. But
I thought he did
Cowan
too. No, I was wrong. Cowan
Friday,
did.
yeah. So he knew going into it that he was going to be used either way. And the way that Jay explained it was like, yeah, I saw where the game was going Saturday, so I was going to save Evans for Sunday so that we can have a better chance to win then. So I think that's like a good way to go about it.
Yeah, I mean, look, it worked out perfectly. He gives you 6 innings on Sunday, like you said, only 2 runs, 6 Ks, no walks. Cowan then finishes it off.
First start, not in the SEC. First start.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And to go out there against
that lineup,
the defending national champ.
And to survive the early wobble, to survive the first inning, giving up 2 runs, and you have stranding 2, which is a big win.
Yeah.
But then to lock in there on out and go 5 scoreless over the next 6, and also a lot of that probably helped by LSU's immediate response.
Yeah.
Scoring wise, kind of getting them on Mailbag, giving him a little support, a little room to be like, okay, I can be aggressive, I can pitch contact. If something happens, it's not the worst thing. So, but look, all in all, again, a weekend where the 2 defending national champs were going toe to toe. A series that has been very swingy as of late, like we broke down with one team dominating this year, the next team dominates the next year. And again, a series that I think, even though Tennessee entered not playing their best baseball, I felt like LSU fans, I don't want to say scared, but I felt like LSU fans were very anxious going into this series.
I was nervous.
Like they needed to prove something, right? Like Tony V in Tennessee has been so hot. It seems like, they needed to prove that no. We still are the big dog, and they did that. And then it ends with the bats breaking out in Game 3 to win the game, right? Which, if that's what you've been worried about, even with the performances of Friday and Saturday, still you can make arguments that there were concerns about some of the kind of slumpy nature of the bats, and Sunday just obliterates any of that.
Real quick, to go back to Derek Carriel, before the series, we talked about how good this Tennessee pitching staff is, like best in the SEC, one of the top in the country.
Yeah.
Derek Carriel hit .417 against this pitching staff.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I know. It's insane. Again, and timely too, like when it was needed.
Yeah.
Well, and we were talking Friday, what we were more concerned with, and we were talking about, our bats that were kind of cold against the Tennessee lineup. How about this? LSU 7 home runs on the weekend, Tennessee 1.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for all of the gorilla ball. I mean, and this is a Tennessee team that, as they broke down,
we looked at it because we were like, oh, they have the small ballpark. Like, it was pretty even home and away.
No, it was even. But also, this is a Tennessee team that, they broke it down a lot. I think it was on Friday's broadcast, with Lynn and Jumbo. But they were talking about how, look, this Tennessee team was pacing on a record pace, or at least through 40 games. That is it, the 97 or 98 LSU team?
I think it was 97.
The Tennessee, it doesn't matter. So we all know the record old team. Tennessee almost broke the record last year, did not. But this year, through 40 games, they were pacing ahead of that team. And yet, to Taylor's point, so the final count 7-1 on the weekend home run rise. Great job by the by the Tigers.
Yeah,
I've seen Braswell run into a couple.
Braswell got his first 2 of the year.
Yeah.
And remember,
Big Bad John, not that it mattered at that point, but
still.
John Pearson, baby.
Braswell last year came on strong late.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he didn't struggle like he did this year early. I mean, he was better, but he played his best baseball later in the year. And if you can get that from third base, nobody's really, like Tanner Reeves hasn't just taken that job. And Tanner Reeves still going to play. He got a big walk, obviously, on Friday night. But if Braswell continues to hit well and play well, that's a senior. That's a guy you're going to count on every single time. And that could be something, obviously, with the way LSU's lineup is. Third base has kind of been that one spot they've been trying to figure out. And if you can solidify a veteran player who's been there before, that just feels like it'd be massive for LSU.
And again, I know the broadcast talked about this plenty with Braswell, but your best SEC hitter last year.
Yep.
And it wasn't even particularly close. So him getting hot, I mean, what a weapon that could be here down the stretch. Chris Landry, shame Tennessee can't hit home runs in a real ballpark instead of their matchbooks. Hey, these are the jokes, and they have to take him after this weekend. Suck it, Vols. Yeah. God, I know y'all felt good going into that ninth. Ooh, on Friday night. And then you weren't ready for a little 1:30 a.m. Alec Box magic.
And, not just a home run, but one of the most no-doubters
dead center's insane
you've ever seen.
And
he never left home plate.
Dude,
he didn't
that
have to.
ump is the biggest loser on the entire planet.
Oh, yeah. Certified hoe.
It's 1:30 a.m. in one of the biggest games of the year. You are truly in the twilight upside down world. You are in madness land. The crowd's reaching a fever pitch. You slowly but surely, against all odds, have tied this game at 3-3. And Bear Jones, who has been something, smacks a just absolute freaking rocket shot. A nuclear explosion of a home run to dead center FT Dub. And you want to yell at him for admiring his work? Wish Bear would have turned around and just hit the ump with the bat.
I love that he did talk to him, though. He's like, game's
get
over.
Out of here, bro. Get out of here. You should be saying you're welcome. You go home, get some sleep.
Nobody, and y'all have heard me say it 1,000 times, nobody thinks that everyone's there to see them more than baseball umpires.
Right.
They think they're all there to see them. They are the biggest look-at-me guys in the world.
It's bad on every level, too.
It is.
Yeah.
MLB might, those guys are the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, over the batter's eye, says Jonathan Even. No, it's insane. 450 in that moment. 450 in a midweek game would be dead center, would be awesome to see. Much less 1:30 a.m. bottom of the ninth to win game 1 of a massive top 10 matchup against the defending national champions. Bang! God, I loved it, dude. What a treat to wake up to. All right.
115 miles per hour off the bat.
And if you were in that number that stayed, I'm very happy for you because you were rewarded with a sporting memory that will likely last your entire life. All right, when we get back here on OTB, let's go ahead and recap this New Orleans Saints draft as it is fully in the books. Keep it locked here on 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench.
Hey, guys, go to Pelican Roofing, pelicanroof.com, pelicanroof.com. And that's where you can find some of the 500 five-star reviews that Pelican Roof has. It's amazing how this company has grown since it began in 2014. Now, over a decade, more than 7,000 roofs completed. And we got offices in both Lafayette and Baton Rouge, and we have employees at every step of the process ready to go for you to make sure that your job and your roof get the attention it deserves. So go to pelicanroof.com. A bunch of different ways you get a quote from the website. Call them up, pelicanroof.com.
Don't forget about the tool that we tell you about all the time where you can put in your address. So you go to the website, pelicanroof.com, you put in your address, and it's going to pull up the map, and it's going to pull up your home, and it's going to give you an estimate of what that roof is going to cost you, right? The technology they have is better than anybody's out there. It gives you a great idea of what to expect. Go to the website, pelicanroof.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the 2025 Jeep Compass Sport for only $23,995. $23,995 or 2025 Jeep Compass with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you. serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Welcome back to more sports talk with some other stuff mixed in. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Okay, so this is kind of insane. And I'll put this in. I'll put this tweet in the document at 7:30, so you can see the what I'm talking. Let me get a picture of it. What do y'all know about cashews? What?
Yeah,
The
that's a
nut?
The nut. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Okay, delicious nut. Probably
Had
my
'em.
favorite nut, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I'm like cashews, pistachios, then
Really?
almonds. Yeah, probably where
Yeah.
my head's at.
Wait, cashews, both y'all's favorite nut?
Just an incredible
Yeah.
nut. The
That's
texture
nuts.
of it, the taste. It's
Yeah.
great plain.
You know what you're getting?
It's great salted. It's great like honey. It's really just great with
honey
anything
roasted.
on it.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
But did you know this? Cashews don't grow inside a shell. They grow on the end of an apple.
What?
Every individual cashew hangs from the bottom of a cashew apple. And the apple's edible and sweet as well, so it's a fun little 2-in-1 treat. But, like, that's insane to think about. What happens to all the cashew apples?
I had no idea. I didn't
I
know
don't
cashew
know.
apples existed.
Neither
didn't
did I.
either.
So we're eating whole bags of cashews. What happens to all those? You tell me, and think about it, there's probably just millions upon millions
Wait.
of cashews consumed, so just millions upon millions of apples?
Every day I realize I know less than I thought I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day.
Which is a
true.
good place to be. It's good to recognize that, and it's good to lean into that. I do love a good pecan as well.
Okay, so do love pecans. I think almonds are my favorite nut.
Yeah.
Love a good
I
almond.
eat almonds because they're okay. They're
Love
there.
almonds.
Good for you.
I think they're
But-
very good. I think they're very good, but I think I'm somewhere in between y'all. It's not my favorite, but I think they're very good.
So
they'll
I
do.
was curious about the cashew apple. They're not widely sold in stores due to high perishability.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's why
I hope we have.
They only last for a day after harvest.
Are we feeding? That's probably
feeding horses?
You're breaking off the
Yeah.
cashew.
Yeah,
I hope we're like feeding livestock or some with these
So
things.
that thing's only ripe for a day?
Well, because you're ripping the cashew.
I bet that's a good apple the day it's ripe, though.
Yeah, you
only
think
ripe
so?
for one
You
day.
think it's like a special? Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Probably. They're more often used locally where they grow for consumption or processing into items like jams or alcoholic drinks.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
So they're not just going to waste.
No,
yeah.
good. I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not. Anyway, so the New Orleans Saints, I thought that was crazy. The New Orleans Saints, also crazy.
Agree.
Guys, they used all of their draft picks.
They
Okay.
did.
And so I will say this. I want to try to be consistent here. And I said going into this draft, regardless of who they selected, the main thing that I wanted was for them to use all 9 draft picks, try to get as many contributors as you can on this very kind of bare bones roster. Rookie contracts mean more to you now than they do to others. And I'll be damned if for the first time in 13 years, they didn't trade up. Now, the crazy thing is, last time they didn't trade up was 2012, but they only had 5 picks because the Ingram trade, because the Bounty Gate suspension. So that's a little, that makes more sense. To have 9 picks and for Mickey not to trade up, okay. Now, we can get into the players, but I'm just saying from where I sit, good job. That's exactly what I wanted. I'll give that 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, you didn't want to package 3 picks for 1. Your roster needs a lot. It needed a lot. And so you get, obviously, a first and second round pick, but you get 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and you're going to be counting on those third and fourth round picks. Like, they have to help you in this upcoming season. So if you would have traded, away those picks and did like a 4-for-1 just to move up and select somebody in the second round, I don't think that would have behooved you.
No, I agree. I mean, especially, look, man, some of the names you got, dude. I mean, Stutzman, let's go, dude. Even like Devin Neal. I loved watching Devin Neal at Kansas.
Devin Neal feels like it's a running back, but still really good value there in the 6th round. I mean, 3 straight years of over 1,000 yards.
So that was one of the other themes of the draft was production.
Yeah.
All these players productive in college. So this is not a draft that featured a lot of the high potential picks that has caused Saints fans to kind of tear their hair out. Now, obviously, though, we got to talk about Tyler Shuck at 40 because that is the story for the New Orleans Saints. And I didn't realize this, guys, because we never said it like this going into it. That whole Archie Manning stat, this 1971, it's first and second round.
Yeah.
So, although they still haven't done a first rounder, they've completed half of it. Now, for the first time since 1971, you drafted a quarterback in the first 2 rounds, getting Shuck at 40.
What was his name? Garrett Grayson. Was he the only 3rd rounder?
Yeah, was that Colorado State?
Yeah.
Nope. Maybe Jim McElwain. I can't remember.
So real quick, I'll tell a story before we get into it. Yesterday, so I'm doing off campus, and in the middle of the show, all of a sudden, Tyler Shuck pops up on the Zoom. I'm like, do we Tyler Shuck today? I didn't see it on the rundown. Like, nobody said anything. And I'm like looking at my text message. He's sitting there, like, we're in a segment. He's sitting there, and I'm trying not to. And I'm like, did somebody text me? It just happened. He joined the wrong Zoom link.
Oh, wow.
He's going to be.
Had y'all Zoom link just buried in there somewhere?
Well, because Dennis, our producer, who he is producing Rhett Lewis's like NFL draft. They do it all, pre-draft for a couple of months, and he was joining that show. And I was like, hey, I don't know if you're supposed to be here. It was funny, so we figured it out, but it was cool, man. He sat there and he talked to us for a little bit. One of our producers, Dan, had a Giants hat on, and he pulled like 3 or 4 Saints hats. He's like, I can send you one of these if you want me to.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I had a good little 3-minute conversation with him. Seemed very excited to be drafted by the Saints.
He seems ecstatic. Then he had a quote along the lines of "fight and die" as well when asked about what he was gonna do to the city. And here's what I'll say. Before the draft, I found Tyler Shuck to be a bit of an unexciting pick, right? He's played 18 years in college. He had the one really good year this last season, but he's old, blah, blah, blah. Shedur's got the flash. Milroe's got the speed. But as I continuously said before the draft as well, my opinion doesn't mean anything. I'm not a scout. I'm just here trying to make jokes and be like, look at this, cashews come from apples. So I whose opinion does mean something is Kellen Moore. That man will forget more football twice over and then some than I will ever know. And Kellen Moore seems very excited about Chuck. And look, I'm not worried about the injuries. It's all broken bones. Those things happen, but there's no real long-term damage from broken bones. That's all well and good. It looks like, so in a funny way, Tyler Shuck did the inverse of what Shedur Sanders did. Because Shedur Sanders had good film, had those stuff, but through the pre-draft process, through not working out, through god-awful interviews, he destroyed his draft stock.
Yeah.
Tyler Shuck, by going, and Moore talked about this, by going to the Combine, going to the Senior Bowl, doing everything.
Yeah. Same thing for Jackson Dart.
Interviewing well, showing up well. He maximized his pre-draft process, and he ends up getting drafted 40 of the Saints, damn near a first-round pick.
Yeah, I think it's very important to point that out. And I talked to a lot of different people in front offices, even talked to a head coach in the NFL, and they said just that. They said, look, I understand that there's been people before that have, not thrown at the Combine. He said, but this class, there was a ton of guys that just didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Just did not do anything. And so we appreciated the fact that somebody went out there, and we could evaluate it. We had verified times on all the, and not just quarterback, but we had verified times on this guy. So, some of these guys didn't do anything at pro day either.
Yeah.
So it is a good lesson.
You got a 4.63 40 on Chuck.
Yeah, it is. It's a good lesson to go out there and compete. And then, did y'all go over Tete Alondra the timeline of his career yesterday?
So a little bit.
Okay, well, I'll quickly kind of do it here. Okay, so in 2018, that's when he got to Oregon.
Yeah, I know. No, I know.
All right, so in 2018,
Cristobal was his coach.
He redshirted. Juwan Johnson was his tight end at one point in Oregon. He redshirted, played in 3 games as a reserve. Okay, in 2019, played in 5 games as Justin Herbert's backup. In 2020, he ranked 7th in the FBS with 14.7 yards per completion. Started, 7 games in that season. 2021, he goes from Oregon to Texas Tech. Started the first 4 games, missed the rest of the year with a broken collarbone. Graduated from Oregon in 3 years, decided to transfer to Texas Tech that season after they signed freshman Ty Thompson. Then Anthony Brown, I don't know if you remember that name. He came in kind of later in the year, so that's why he ended up at Texas Tech. Well, the next year at Texas Tech, plays in 7 games, 5 starts, missed 6 games with a shoulder injury, but he was the Texas Bowl MVP against a good Ole Miss team. Threw for 242 yards, threw a touchdown. So, had some moments in that game as well. 2023, started in the first 4 games, but then he missed the rest of the season with a broken leg. Entered the portal after that season as well. Then he goes to Louisville, where he had a hell of a year. Throws for almost 3,200 yards, 23 passing touchdowns, completes 63% of his passes. So it's a wild resume to break down, because when he has played, he's played good. Like even going back to 2019, right? Played well when he came in for Justin Herbert. He had another solid year at Oregon. He had some solid years, the beginning of some really good foundation at Texas Tech, but he got injured every time he started to build that foundation. So that is the worry. Now, it does feel like, air quotes, just a one-hit wonder 1 year. But if you actually do a dive into it, he was playing really well. He just could not stay healthy.
Yeah.
So that is a cause for concern. And I know it's broken bones, but it's like, okay, well, it's still something. Like, there's still a history here. Like, I don't think we can hand wave it, because it was broken leg, broken collarbone, shoulder injury as well. Can we get him some milk? Can we get him some calcium?
A little osteoporosis. No, I don't. I think so. So injuries are going to be, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening there. But like Jake said, one of the reasons why they really like him, not only did he finally have a healthy year, but a very good year at Louisville, but it's a more pro-style system. Both the Braun brothers, former NFL quarterbacks that he's training under there. His size is great at 6'5", 220. Kellen Moore specifically referenced the different arm angles he can throw from, which is funny because you have the combine clip where he's like rolling out left, and he tries the sidearm, and it flutters on him or whatever. But I guess the question becomes, and maybe we'll explore this too in the hour here. Let's get a break on this. Is Tyler Shuck the Saints QB1? More on that coming up next here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Oh, you know what? So this LSU baseball team, pretty damn good, right? You know what they did this weekend? They went for Dose. And at 14-7 in the SEC, they're going for Dose every single weekend. That's right, baby. Give me 2 and 3. And give me some Dos Equis. I mean, there was no better way to watch Bear Jones fracture the heart of those terrible orange Tennessee fans than with an ice-cold Dos Equis in hand at 1:30 a.m. with a little lime and salt. The perfect beer for the weather, this beautiful warm weather that we're getting, the perfect beer for baseball, the perfect beer for summer, for going to the pool, the perfect beer. Drink some Dos Equis.
Yeah, perfect beer for any location. Up in Green Bay, Wisconsin, plays. Here in Baton Rouge, plays. Shreveport, Ellick, where we're both on, plays there. Go get you one today. Go grab a Dos Equis.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. Whole team on wild.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Welcome to the 7th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? I guess we still got to get into the Derek Carr appearance at the church as well, because if we're going to answer truly this question about is Tyler Shuck QB1. But again, the first or second round pick selected by the New Orleans Saints at the quarterback position, just Archie Manning in 1971. Oh, here's what it was. Tyler Shuck. It's just like what Will Campbell said. Tyler Shuck on an Instagram post saying, "God's timing. If it was easy, everyone would do it. New Orleans, you will get everything out of me. I will die on that field for y'all." Is that QB1?
I think so. I mean, you just mentioned it. When's the last time you spent this early of a pick on a quarterback and your quarterback room's wide open?
Yeah, I mean, and look, this is not to say, like, sure, I hope Spencer Rattler works as hard as he can, gets as good as he can, and maybe he ends up being the guy. Maybe Shuck's not that guy. Now, Mickey Loomis did say if Derek Carr is healthy, he's the starter. I guess we still don't know fully what the deal is with Carr's shoulder. He says him and the Saints are in constant communication, so we'll see. I mean, let's try to figure out the most true, which, by the way, even though I'm excited about Shuck because he's huge, he's athletic, and Kellen Moore likes him. Like, that's honestly the main reason, like I said, was my opinion, me next to Kellen Moore's. There is something deeply funny about taking a step back and looking at the Saints quarterback room. Tyler Shuck, Derek Carr, Jake Haener, and Spencer Rattler. The amount of money, time, and resources that went into producing that room is actually objectively kind of funny. But let's talk about what we know for sure. Jake's out. Yes?
Yeah, Jake's out.
Jake's out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jake's out.
Good kid, but Jake's out.
Yeah, fun with the photo shoot he did there. Gave us a couple days of content.
Yeah.
Jake's out.
I don't think Derek Carr is going to be healthy.
I don't either.
I guess we can't know that, but if I'm trying to parse through it. So what does this mean then? Let's say Derek Carr, let's operate under the assumption that Derek Carr is not going to play game one. Does Rattler start? But this isn't like a Tyrod Taylor to your young drafted quarterback situation, since they're so kind of equivalent in some ways, Rattler and Shuck. Or do you think Shuck could be the starter there game one, snap one?
If he goes into camp and he's the best guy, he'll be the starter. It's no longer the early 2000s where you have to protect your quarterback and he's not going to play and the veteran guy is going to get some run and maybe in week 9 you can take that job over. That doesn't really happen anymore. Look at last year's class. I mean, Jaden, day one starter. Bo Nix was the day one starter. J.J. McCarthy was going to be the starter for the Vikings.
True.
I mean, Penix was really the only one, and that's because you had a big free agent signing in Kirk Cousins that you had there. Caleb Williams, obviously, day one starter. So that's kind of the norm now. No longer do you have to, all these quarterbacks. I think Peyton Manning was like, remember how crazy that was that he was the starter?
Yeah.
Out of the guys, like the earliest one that I can remember.
And a good guy to highlight because he threw about 80 picks that first year.
Still has the record. Yeah. But I can't really remember, like, going back to those days, like late 90s, early 2000s, somebody coming in and being the guy from Jump Street. But that's what it is now. Like, they expect you to be the guy. Now, those guys that I'm talking about were all first-round picks. But when you look, to Tay's point, at the quarterback room, it's poor.
Hour 2 next.
Off the bench.
Bayou Ford is taking 15 to 20% off all new 2024 models in stock. 15 to 20% off all new 2024 Ford models on our lot. Plus the complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. and backed by the one-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Tuesday, April 29th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 88. In hour two of today's show, we'll look into Bill Belichick's interesting interview he had with CBS, and we'll talk some LSU football. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN, and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number two of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, 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 yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo! What's happening, yo? OTB. Hour number two, get underway here. Hope you're having a great day. And it's a big hour, guys, because this is the Dreams Come True Power Hour. Remember, we talked to our guy Eddie last Friday. Shout out, Eddie. Love you, bud. Pokemon trainer and master extraordinaire. Also, former Dreams Come True beneficiary, right? What is Dreams Come True? It is basically Make-A-Wish, but for Louisiana kids and Louisiana families. These children and families who are dealing with, some of the worst diagnosis in the most adverse of times. And Dreams Come True helps to give them a brief respite from those times. And so the point is that this is, I believe, for my heart, worked with them for years now, I think this is one of the best organizations that you can give money to, and that money is immediately put into making these dreams happen. And again, it's right here in the boot in Louisiana. And for this hour, everyone, and you're going to donate at 1045ESPN.com, correct, Alondra?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go to 1045ESPN.com, find the Dreams Come True Radiothon flipper, and click on that. And everyone who donates $25 this hour will be entered to win a pair of courtside seats to a preseason WNBA game this Friday. It's the Chicago Sky versus the Brazil national team. So a game with international flair. Angel Reese back in the PMAC. You want to be courtside? Have a chance to win by donating just $25. And hey, even if you don't care about just donate $25 if you can. It's an incredible cause. Again, and where are we at the and shout out to BR Clinic for putting on the radiothon. Shout out to Luba matching the $2,000 donation. Where are we at in terms of those benchmarks where some of the other level sponsors kick in their matches?
Yeah, so the purple sponsors match the $1,000 donation, and the gold match the $2,000 donation. So those are shout out to them because.
And did we hit the 2K yet?
Yeah, we hit the 2K. So
okay.
they those are kicked in. Shout out Luba, shout out Service Chevy, Subaru Baton Rouge, and Duplessis Pool Builders because they're each going to match that $2,000 donation. That's a lot of dreams coming true.
That's a lot of dreams. I think a dream averages, I could be wrong, I can't remember the exact number. I think a dream averages about $3,000. So
that's a lot of dreams.
That's a lot of dreams happening right there. And if everybody listening right now gave $25, it'd be a ton more dreams. So if you can, please take the time to do it. Oh, and there he is back in the chat. Guzzler the Guzzler.
Oh, let's go.
Great to see you again. He says everyone who donates will get guzzled. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and donate $25. And if anybody knows about guzzling, it's Guzzler the Guzzler. It's kind of all he does. Yes, Taylor, see you moving your mic to your mouth?
With the Guzzler.
Our
comment?
Own resident Guzzler.
Yeah.
He's not quite attained the Guzzlord status yet. No, he's like a Guzz Prince.
Okay.
He's like
I thought he was there.
Nah. He's
Guzz
got
Prentice.
a lot of, he's a Guzz Prentice.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. He's got a lot more guzzling to go if he wants to attain the rank of Guzzlord.
So this is another, before we get into more real stuff, this is another question that I asked Moose and Taylor yesterday, and I wanted to get y'all's take on it. I forgot to ask in the first hour. But this internet debate of the 100 men versus one gorilla.
I actually wanted to bring this up as well.
Oh, okay. We can wait then.
No, let's do it.
Okay. What do you think?
I think
you think 100 men can take one gorilla?
I think we should easily beat this gorilla's ass.
Okay.
I'm saying we're gonna suffer heavy casualties for sure. But if it's life or death, now I got to be honest about this. I'm a bit worried about the psychology. If it was
you're going to lose some
just
people.
a simulation and we could say charge and everybody you just be willing to throw your body on the line, you absolutely smash the gorilla. I mean, no questions asked.
I said we'd lose 20-30, but you're taking it.
In a world where the if you have the ability to retreat, I don't know if you would win because I don't know if people would be willing to hold the line. I wouldn't, right? I mean, let's say it's like life or death, right?
Taylor
They're like, we're going to kill your
yesterday.
family if you don't fight this gorilla.
Okay.
Then I think we probably win if you threaten to kill everybody's families.
Okay.
But then again, does the gorilla get scared? Because he could get scared and intimidated too. 100 people yelling at him. Is he really going to want that smoke? But if we're just talking simulation, everybody's going all out. There is no way we're going to lose to gorilla. Not with 100 people.
I agree.
That's kind of where me and Moose went yesterday. We were like, look, if everyone, all 100 are bought in and nobody talks a big game and backs out, I think you're losing.
T-Bub.
Yeah, I think you're losing 20 guys. Hey, T-Bub just pointed it out himself.
He did. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If everybody's bought in, you're losing probably 20 guys, but you're taking the gorilla ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, and the 100 people, it matters, who the 100 are. That certainly does matter.
I mean, you give us a top 100, no question.
I don't want to say name, I don't want to name names, but
you have SEALs, you get 100 Navy SEAls, that gorilla's done
you got
for.
4 holding each arm, 4 on. I mean, you get somebody.
I'm worried about surface
somebody
area.
back there get that rear neck and choke hold on them, get right
That's true.
there.
Now, what about this though? What does the terrain change? Obviously, if it's an open field, that's going to be advantage humans, but what if we're in a jungle?
So that's how I'm imagining it. Like, I'm imagining it, you're in the gorilla's habitat.
That's going to be tough.
Yeah.
That's going to change things up significantly.
And 100 men come up, and you all are in the jungle or wherever gorillas live, and y'all come across a gorilla. He starts going crazy, pounding his chest, you know.
And he's going to be, and, you know, maybe he's doing like a little horror movie, like Hit and Run.
Yeah.
Little guerrilla warfare.
Oh.
You know, popping out the trees, snapping a couple necks, back up in the trees.
I brought this exact thing up yesterday, and I said, you know, like you're in the jungle, the gorilla, like you said, could pop out. But like if you're in a room, like indoor, like controlled environment, guys are taking the gorilla for sure.
Then how about this? How about, Taylor, if we are in the jungle, we're going to have to get creative. So I think you're going to have to seduce the gorilla.
Okay.
We're going to strip Taylor down.
Can it be a female gorilla?
No,
Does it matter?
No, right? I think like it's a male silverback is what we're talking about doing battle with here.
Okay.
So no, we're gonna strip you down and your little pale naked self. We're gonna prop you up so you're kind of on your hands and your knees and your back is arched and you're fully presenting yourself to the silverback. And maybe we'll spray you with like female gorilla pheromones.
Can I at least dress like a gorilla, like in a gorilla suit?
No.
I feel like that's a disadvantage.
No,
I think you're at a disadvantage if you put a suit on.
I will say I have never seduced a gorilla, but I am willing to learn for the cause.
You're not allowed to wear gorilla suit. That's against the rules, but we can disguise you. We will all shave our body hair and glue it on you.
Okay. I do need help.
Like
I'm going to need help in that department, so I do appreciate that.
You'll be on your hands and your knees presenting yourself. And look, unfortunately, we're going to have to let the gorilla get a little way in. I think he's going to have to be distracted, like fully distracted.
How far do I have to go there?
You gotta just at least like a minute or two, you know? And then we'll come in, we'll attack, we're going to rescue you, dude. You're going to be fine. That's how we win.
You can't be late.
You want to outsmart the gorilla in the jungle? You gotta play by gorilla jungle strategy.
You can't be late.
Can't be late.
I can only
I'm not gonna let you die. Don't worry, I got you, bro. I got you.
Last words. Don't worry, I got you, bro.
It starts and we're like, I don't know if we can actually fight this gorilla. Everybody just slowly. Like Homer Simpson going back into the bush, everybody backs out.
If you truly think that 100
okay, now, guys, now.
It reminds me of
okay, now.
It reminds me of This Is the End when Craig's out going outside to get the water. He's like, "Look, when I pull this, like you got to pull me back in there." Like, okay, Danny goes, "I don't know, man. You're pretty heavy." He goes, "What?" He goes, "I don't want to make any guarantees."
But hey, we can beat that gorilla, though, dude. Don't worry, dude. Don't worry.
I mean, I feel like 100 minds, like 100 human minds, can outsmart a gorilla.
We should be able to. You know, that's how we rose to be the dominant species to begin with.
So the argument that's convincing me is the cardio. Like how gorillas don't really have great cardio.
Don't have great cardio.
No.
And humans do. That's like one of our one of our strengths.
The 100's a big number. Again, like he's going to get 20 or 30 people for sure, but like eventually you're going to get the gorilla.
Then again, what if you got like 100 of the season ticket holders from the box? I don't know. I don't know.
That was a very specific group.
I mean, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What do y'all think?
Been out there.
You think we're still winning that?
During the break, because I cannot bring this on air, but during the break, I'm going to tell y'all the first person I thought of.
Make it
and why we might be doomed if it's 100 of this.
Saying. No, we need a little more physically active, dude. A little more physically active, dude.
Wait, this comment just almost made me spit my coffee out. Spencer P said, "Let him finish. It's the only way we win." That's a crazy stray that season ticket holders just caught.
I kind of see your point.
You know what I'm saying, dude?
We've all been out there.
And those are the real ones, dude. Shout out to them, man. I saw them all partying 1:30 a.m. The real ones. Come on now. But so I guess that matters as well.
Oh my gosh.
Also, like, what if it's the apex gorilla, like the most badass gorilla on the entire planet? That's probably a pretty crazy gorilla.
Gorillas, the heaviest they can get is 600 pounds. They can lift 10 times their body weight. So that's 6,000 pounds lifting strength that a gorilla can have, right? 600?
I'm just like picturing like hyping up Taylor and being like,
6,000?
"You got
Yeah.
this,
If they're
bro.
600
I'm right
pounds,
behind you.
they
Let's
weigh
go,
them, yeah.
charge!" And we're like charging in. Taylor's ahead of me, and the gorilla just swipes Taylor, and he just turns into pink mist. I'm immediately like, "Oh God!" Just run
6,000
away.
pounds is a lot. I just added it though. Like if you get a guy that's about 200 pounds, 100 of them, that's 20,000 pounds. Like the gorilla, like the guys still have this.
Yeah. This
You can even
say
go
the Matrix Reloaded. You know,
You can even go like 175, like just an average guy. Like the gorilla, it's 100 guys.
All right. When we get back, let's do a little OTB mailbag. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Go to Boudreaux's Electrical. Call Shy. You need a Generac home generator? Why don't you go with Louisiana's premier dealer, and that is Boudreaux's. Family owned and operated since 1982, y'all. That's a long time. So, how do you last over 40 years? It's because of your core principles. And at Boudreaux's, every customer is treated like a VIP. And so when you get that generator from Boudreaux's, what you get is 24/7 monitoring, right? And attention to detail to make sure that it's ready to go when you need it, because otherwise, what's the point? So if you want to keep the lights on during storm season, you want to protect your family, your food, all that, you want to get that home generator. Great financing options as well. Go to BoudreauxElectrical.com, BoudreauxElectrical.com.
Yeah, in top right corner, you can get a free quote from Boudreaux's from that homepage. Also, though, pick up the phone, give them a call in the North Shore, 985-397-1562. Here in the greater Baton Rouge area, 225-300-9389, BoudreauxElectrical.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Look what you've done. But in this jungle you can't run. 'Cause what promise it's a killer. You'll be banging on my chest, bang, bang, gorilla.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Oh, man. What is this song? I've never heard this.
Never heard
Wait,
Gorillas by
there's
Bruno Mars?
no way.
You think there's no way? This is a big hit?
This is a pretty big hit. Yeah.
A massive hit where the hook is you and me, baby, making love like
It was
gorillas?
all over the radio.
Yeah.
There was a song, "You and Me, Baby, Ain't Nothing But Mammals." Yeah, so
let's
why
do it
would
like
you
we do
be
on the Discovery
shocked
Channel.
that Bruno Mars would have a hit?
I just never heard this
It's
song
it's
before.
actually a really
and that's
good
an
song.
objectively funny hook.
Yeah.
Just banging like a couple of gorillas.
Yeah. I don't know if this is clean or not, so we're going to
I
figure
don't.
that
I
down.
mean, look, it is what it is. We just talked about gorillas and
Oh, wait, it
putting
is a clean
Tay up
version.
for.
I mean, that song's
All
about
me-
Tay Tay,
But it,
dude.
All
it had the
mankind.
F word coming up, so I was like, wait, let me.
It did. You're right.
All right, it's Tuesday. Let's do a little OTB Mailbag.
I have this special delivery for off the bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
I'll be writing to you.
The internet. What the is the internet?
Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Okay, but how would you actually physically kill the gorilla, though? Strangle it, punch it to death?
Gouge its eyes out.
Yeah, no, I think it's kind of a
That's so
mixture.
violent.
I think it's a mixture of all of that. Like, it could be a bludgeoning to death situation potentially. Just
That's what I'm thinking. Hold it
death by
down,
1,000
find a rock or
punches.
something.
Well,
Yeah.
no weapons, right? No weapons.
No weapons.
If we get rocks, that's kind of changing things significantly because you could definitely you
Well,
could
I guess
throw
if it's in your
stone
area.
stone,
Yeah, if it's in your area. 'cause
I guess
we
it's
were,
free game.
We were talking about the gorilla in the jungle. What if he hits you into a tree? I mean, you gotta have something too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I think humans easily are going to win if everybody has rocks because you could literally just.
Well, not
throw a
everybody.
bunch of
There's not
rocks.
that many. There's not like.
There's one rock.
Yeah.
There's one rock. Okay.
Yeah.
There's one
There's
rock.
one
sure.
rock
Be
in the
realistic,
jungle.
T-Bob.
But yeah, strangling
Not
maybe, like
100
Jake
rocks.
said, right? You get
Yeah.
enough people on him, you get
You
in a rear
got to
naked
get like
choke.
at least 4 or 5 on each arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and really use all they got, and then that
I
one
don't-
guy gets behind him.
But you could do a rear naked choke. It's like
Yeah.
a human, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I like this one. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. You have to sacrifice one 1045 ESPN staff member to go at the gorilla first. Who are you picking? So do we want to set a tone? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we just like, hey, let's just see what this dude's all about?
I get it,
Yeah.
but you would
So
also
you
have
send-
to find somebody who would actually go.
No, you get to pick. So they just got to go.
Just gotta go.
I don't know.
I'm sticking by my original answer. I'm sitting Taylor in there first because like
Okay.
Taylor is such a whenever something needs to be done around here, he always volunteers. He's a go-getter.
Yes.
He's very about it. You know, fighting through Sickness Monday to fill in and do the show. Like we could hype up Taylor to the point where he would really be about it.
Yeah.
And he would go
Yeah,
charge.
intimidate
He
him.
would charge that gorilla with full sincerity in his
Yeah.
heart.
Guys, I'll go.
Exactly.
I know
That's
you
what I'm
will. I
talking
know,
about,
but
dude.
I'm actually.
That's what I'm talking about,
There's a
dude.
couple. There's a couple that I had in mind, but I think I might have changed my answer. I think I want to send in Jimmy Ott
Okay, that's the
Okay.
first name that came to. That is the
because I
first
feel like
name
the
that came to my
Oddfather can
mind.
maybe talk the gorilla down a little bit.
Yeah.
He could like promise him something. You know, if we didn't have to have this fight, like I feel like he would really just, swindle this gorilla.
Yeah, I mean that Jimmy's just gonna like. Of course, he's gonna have like bananas in his pocket
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, lock it away, lock it away.
He's just gonna completely confuse
Listen,
it.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
But okay, you know that this first person that y'all send in is dying. Like they are going to die.
The Oddfather's had a run.
But
he's lived a great life.
fair.
You know,
But
That's
you
fair.
gotta, you gotta take it for the team, and that's where Tay comes in. He would not be afraid to put it on for the boys.
Yeah.
And also, like Michael says, Taylor can bore him to death with his bad sports takes.
I mean, we got to get
So,
back
like-
to reality, though, Michael. Like that's the most important thing here. Like we really have to be realistic. That's not a realistic thing,
so
man.
the fight
like
starts.
if there's one thing, it's that it's not lacking over here. Like boredom's not a thing that I'm ever involved in. I'm not.
The fight starts. The gorilla's beating its chest, yelling. Its fangs are just dripping saliva. Taylor's charging it, and then immediately Taylor holds up a sheet of paper in front of him, and it says 2026 way too early mock draft. And he just starts rattling off first-round trades that could potentially happen in April of 26, and the gorilla just slices his own throat. He grabs a sharp rock and just falls over dead.
Taylor's like, let me tell you about the top 5 best movie titles of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
None of them involve Jordan Peele.
All we need is one person.
I forgot
One
about that
person.
from last week.
Bro, I mean.
Hashtag OTB mailbag. Kill one, marry one, date one, Caesar, King Kong, Diddy Kong.
What?
Diddy Kong's an old. No, that's from. It has nothing to do with Diddy. Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong is Donkey Kong's like
the mini Donkey Kong,
cousin
right?
or cousin or kid. I can't remember which one. Nephew, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Now that I looked it up, I recognize.
Yeah,
this
you
little
remember
monkey.
Diddy Kong.
Yeah.
Okay, so Caesar, King
Did
Kong,
not
Diddy
know
Kong.
his name was Diddy.
I would.
Different Diddy.
I
Caesar
think
Hole.
actually, now that I'm thinking about this, I think we have to kill Diddy Kong. He's like a minor, right? Like,
Yeah.
you
You definitely got to
can't date or marry Diddy Kong. What are you, sick in the head?
Dating Caesar because you can have a conversation with him.
True. Or marry.
Oh yeah, Mary. My bad. Yeah.
Marry Caesar. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe just like, just one round with King Kong.
Just
like,
one round.
Sheesh. Yeah, not every day. And then, I got to kill Diddy Kong, obviously.
Yeah. Good
Obviously.
call there. I didn't know.
What round did Isaac Tesla get drafted in? Who is that?
Third round. The big dude from Arkansas. Remember?
So we had the
receiver.
conversation. It's probably, I don't remember the guy's name. If he's asking, it's probably, remember we had that whole conversation. And I think I said fourth round would be the earliest, 4th to 6th. And so he went third round.
Damn. I still don't know who we're talking about. Hashtag OTB mailbag.
The Saints brought him in for the
I
the
don't
top
care.
30.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just reading the questions. Hashtag OTB mailbag. Will we get a 4-view centers? Yes, you will. Hashtag OTB mailbag. If LSU loses to Clemson, how hot does Kelly's seat get?
It doesn't.
I mean, it'll just be rage. There will be rage, but if
It'd
it's
be
like,
more. It's more the totality of the season.
yeah, exactly. It's gonna, really, like every year that it's done, it's gonna shrink that margin of error. But I still think this is gonna be a very good LSU football team, even if they were to lose that game. Hashtag OTB mailbag. Would you rather lose your grit or lose the ability to carry your own Piccadilly tray?
Carry my own Piccadilly tray. Just, hey, Kate, can you pick up this tray and carry it to the table for me?
Hell
I'm not
yeah.
giving my grit to anybody.
Hell yeah. More impressive, 100 men take down a Silverback or Bonnie Blue, 1,000 men in 24 hours?
100 men, Silverback. The Bonnie Blue thing's just sad. I mean,
bad chills.
Hashtag mailbag. Have you ever learned proper lessons
I didn't
from...
hear the question.
It's probably for the best. Hashtag go to mailbag. Have you ever learned the proper lessons from public humiliation like Shadur just suffered? That really was a modern public humiliation ritual. That was pretty brutal.
You saw the Daboll report, right?
Yeah, that he showed up unprepared. And then,
Daboll called him out,
Yeah.
and then Shador got pissed that Daboll called him out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
there's.
oh,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. No,
I was
you
just
go
gonna say there's a lot of reports. There's a lot of reports, and I heard the same report from too many people that had nothing to do with each other.
That it has to. There's some validity.
And that was with another team. Something happened in that meeting that they'd never seen happen before. So I'm not saying all these things are true, but some of these certainly
The thing is,
certainly happen.
From a purely physical and film standpoint, he's probably a second or third rounder, right?
Yeah.
And so when
I didn't have him as my second quarterback.
So when he goes that much later, though, that's when, yes, the interviews, the not working out. That's when, the same way you can help yourself in the pre-draft process, you can tank yourself. And, so that's where he ended up hurting himself the most.
And then for Sanders himself, if this does, in fact, now maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but if this does kind of give him some reflection of how he handled this process, the good thing about it, and I mean this, when you go to OTAs, minicamp, whatever it is, you don't have first round, second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round on your helmet. It doesn't have the round you were drafted.
No.
It has a piece of tape that says Sanders across it. Dylan Gabriel's is going to say Gabriel across it. and everybody hits reset. Like, unless you're like a top 10 quarterback who's going to continue to get chances, I have seen second-round picks get, I'll give you an example. Denver 2013, I think, was the year. We drafted Monty Ball in the second round as a running back. High second-round draft choice.
Yeah.
C.J. Anderson was an undrafted free agent rookie from Cal. He replaced Monty Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was like one play in camp. He hit like a stretch run, put his foot in the ground, went like 70 yards, broke like 3 tackles. Monty Ball hadn't done that to that point. You started to see the reps start to even up. And in the season, Monty Ball kind of was the starter for a little bit. CJ passed him up. They don't care.
That was one of the first things in the Sean Payton era was Pierre Thomas beating out, I can't remember who it was, but whatever running back they drafted highly that year.
Reggie was in there.
Wasn't it Pittman?
What?
Yeah,
Pittman?
Antonio
Pittman.
Pittman. It was like second round.
Yeah. They don't care. I promise you.
It is insane.
They got to win games.
It is insane, though, that Sanders is going to have to try to prove everybody wrong in the 7th circle of quarterbacking hell. I mean,
and the mistake by the
with
lake.
the entire world sitting there waiting to laugh at you and say, "I told you so." Just unbridled. You have to try to prove them wrong, and you have to do it in the place where not even like Baker Mayfield could do it. Like,
well, so if you
good
can
luck.
do it, isn't that the best place
Yes,
to do it?
no.
Because, like,
if he does make it, then he becomes legitimately untouchable.
Right.
But yeah, we gonna see.
We did all agree that, like, regardless of how you feel about Shador, the prank call was messed up. Was it messed up enough to be calling for this other kid's head? No. But it was messed up.
That was very messed up.
That kid sucks.
He sucks.
Players.
If that was my kid, though,
I'd
I'd
that's what I
black
said
out on
yesterday.
him.
I said, look, man, at that point, that kid's old enough to get roughed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
that
he
kid's
sucks
old enough for
sure,
dad
yeah.
to maybe, push him up against the wall.
Yeah.
Shador, Tyler Warren, Isaiah Bond, and there was another one. 4 players actually got a prank call, and I don't know if it was by the same kid. I would imagine it was, but yeah, 4 different players.
Hashtag OTB Mailbag. What car should car review next?
Himself.
The first car out of town. Get out of here, you bum. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Sorry, hold on. Let me find. Well, if I can't find, I've seen a lot of comments. If I can't, that might be it. That might be it.
All right. So we know the Cleveland Browns have the famous quarterback jersey, right? Where the fan has every name since they came back as a franchise and they drafted Tim Couch. Can anybody give me – I'll set the bar low because I think Tate would actually do this pretty easily. Can you give me 5 names that are on that jersey?
Derek Anderson's definitely on there.
Yep.
Who's the redhead? Is Jeff Garcia on there?
Yep.
We would also have. I mean, come on, Browns quarterbacks. There's a million of them. Is there a Tyrod Taylor on there somewhere? Did Tyrod ever start there?
Yeah.
Okay, we only need 2 more. This is easy.
Yeah, very easy.
Like recent ones, too?
It can be anybody.
Denzel?
Yep.
Anybody.
Johnny
there
Football?
you go. Yeah, I forgot about Johnny Football, of course. And let's get one more.
You just mentioned him.
What?
You just mentioned him earlier.
Mayfield?
Oh, yeah, Baker. There you go. Okay.
How about
That
this?
just felt so obvious that I didn't want to, like.
I'm going to quickly try to do this, even though it's a lot of names. All right. I think 99 was the year they came back.
Yeah.
So Tim Couch was their first draft choice. You've had Detmer, Wynn, Peterson. That's Doug Peterson. Holcomb, Garcia, Luke McCown, Trent Dilfer, Fry, Anderson, Dorsey, Brady Quinn, Gradkowski, Colt McCoy, Jake Delhomme, Seneca Wallace,
Delhomme?
Brandon Whedon, Lewis, Jason Campbell, Hoyer, Manziel, Shaw, Josh McCown. So both brothers, Josh and Luke. Davis, RG3, Kessler, Kaiser, Hogan, Taylor, Mayfield, Keenum, Mullins, Brissett, Thompson Robinson, Walker, Flacco, Driscoll, Winston, Zappi.
Flacco. How could I forget Flacco?
He's back.
I think that jersey officially ran out of room last year with Zappi. I think.
Well, I've seen pictures of, because other people started making it as well, and I've seen pictures that they've like extended the nameplates like to where they kind of hang off on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, I see one. I just looked it up.
That is wild. And then you've got a team like the Packers that their jersey would say like Favre, Rodgers, Love. Basically. I mean, Flynn would get like some love probably on that one as well, but.
So Scott says, Hester goes to Mailbag. What nickname do we give Shuck, and why is it Show Nuff? But the problem is it's not Show, it's Shuck.
Yeah.
Now, I think there's so many shirts to be made, maybe with like Shuck It.
Yeah.
With like an oyster, like throwing a football or something.
Yeah.
Like there's something that could definitely be workshopped with Shuck and oyster shucking, and like sometimes you just gotta say
shucked.
Shuck it. Get shucked.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Shuck yeah.
Shuck yeah. Yeah. True.
If he's good, shuck yeah. If he's bad, shuck no.
And it's not an overly crass thing to wear publicly.
Yeah.
Because unless you know how it's pronounced, which you never would just from looking at it, you know? So there you go. Shuck chair. That's what Daniel Basham said.
Shuck chair.
Holy shuck.
Holy shuck
Holy
is
shuck.
good.
Yeah, with the fleur-de-lis, a little Catholic imagery. There's a lot that you could do there if he ends up being
Shucker.
good. Yeah, if he ends up being good.
Or bad. This mother shucker.
Yeah, there's a lot.
This mother shucker here.
All right, we gotta be careful. One of us gonna
Somebody's
slip.
gonna say something wrong, yeah.
Who's in the shuck chair? Carr?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta be, right?
Bilbo said someone
Carr
has to
or
make a
Rattler?
shuck around and find out.
Shuck around and find out.
Shuck
There
around
you
and find
go.
out's good.
That's also
There you
good.
go, dude. All right, when we get back, let's get to a little LSU Cruton news. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Hey, guys, go to Trash Rangers, trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com, and check it out, man. If you want to make the switch, you want Trash Rangers. Shout out to my guy James, who when I rented that, I rented a big old 10-yard roll-off dumpster recently for some spring cleaning. I had about 7 years of cruft kind of building up the house, right? But it was so awesome, man. I called them that morning. They're out there that afternoon, perfectly maneuvered. I'm in a cold. It's like a hard driver. He gets in there, drops it off. It's incredible, okay? And that's the service that you get from Trash Rangers. Remember, you live in Livingston or Ascension, you can choose who handles your residential pickup. You go with Trash Rangers. If you're a business owner, you need front load dumpsters emptied at one from even 6 days a week, they got you. Because we understand the needs of business, being a local business ourselves. Go to trashrangers.com today.
Yep, go to that website. You can sign up for residential and commercial service. Like T-Bob said, 3 different sizes of roll-off dumpsters to choose from. They're going to make sure you have the right one in your project. Trashrangers.com.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life, so why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need, the Sunshine team can help you do just that. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Ben Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
That she's back in the atmosphere with drops of Jupiter in her head.
Back from the break, where the sports talk gets real. Kinda. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Welcome back, OTB. I remember burning this on a CD with no other songs, just one song, just this on a CD. So you could just listen to it constantly.
I miss the art of burning CDs.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Me too. It was great. Like when you finally got a good download of a song, you're like, oh man, it went through and it's like the actual version that I was looking for, and it sounds great. The quality's great. Burn that bad boy. Let's get this 14-track love note passed out.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of a love note, LSU continues to get some big time love from these teens as another high school big time commitment for this 2026 LSU recruiting class, as the Tigers land 4-star cornerback. Is it Havon Finney Jr. Haven? Are you saying Haven?
Havon
Finney Jr. out of Sierra Canyon High School in California. It's interesting. This cat was a 2027 guy, reclassifies for 2026, which, again, if you are good enough, makes sense in this current age of NIL where players are fully empowered before, you could, like, you want to get in the market now.
Yeah.
The market is very player friendly right now. And you got to imagine, or you would think, that over time, some of that's going to erode and there's going to be guidelines and whatnot. So whatever. Reclassifies from 27, where he was the number one cornerback in the country for 27. Reclassifies to 26. He's still a top 100 player. He's 6'3", 170. He commits to LSU over Ohio State, USC, Georgia, Michigan, Oregon. So like the biggest names. First DB to join the class. Shout out Corey Raymond. LSU, again, though, as we said, in that 2026 class, or third DB in the class, but first corner. But in this 2026 class, LSU already number one in the entire country with 10 commitments, now even firmly more number one. And this is a class that features the number one D lineman in the country and Richard Anderson, the number one wide receiver in the country with Tristan Keys. So look, one thing LSU has done incredibly well under Brian Kelly has been to recruit. And this 26 class looks like it is no different in that regard.
Yeah, and you still got some guys in state that are going to be in this 2026 class that you feel like you've got the lead on, T, that are only going to solidify what you have. And we talk about this all the time. Now, this player obviously is not from Louisiana. He's from California. But when you have a strong year in Louisiana, you have to make sure that you hit.
Yeah.
Like you have to absolutely hit, because when you have one of those classes that is incredibly deep, and we could go back in the history of successful runs for LSU, when they have that class that is one of the best in the country as far as per state, and you hit on it, you win national championships.
Yeah, sure.
Or at least like you have a team that is worthy of winning one, playing for one. And so this feels like it is a big year for the state of Louisiana. You've already got a couple of those guys in, but if you can continue to just stack guys and look, like Lamar Brown, right, is right down the road at U-High, and we've talked about U-High and some other, schools in the city, but certainly U-High, I mean, they're on LSU's campus, and you're always a little nervous. You're like, man, is that player? Like, I'll tell you what, in fact, I'm bringing my boys lunch. Shout out to the Lugnuts. They won another tournament, so I'm bringing all the Lugnuts lunch, Katie and I, yesterday. So we're bringing in the Chick-fil-A, and I saw Ohio State recruiters walking out. They're there for Lamar Brown, right? So you're going to have competition for sure. But, like, if you get a player like that, like Lamar Brown's a top 15 player in the country. He's right here in your backyard. So that's what we're talking about with the state of Louisiana this year. You've already got some of those players committed to you. And if you go get a player like a Lamar Brown, it's only going to obviously add to the number one class. You have a realistic opportunity to have the best recruiting class in the country. And I know it's early. I know things are going to happen. But with who you have already, who you have targeted right now, and who I think you actually have the best opportunity to get, like, because right now I'm looking at, let's see, On3 has Lamar Brown 97% to LSU.
Oh, wow.
Right? So if you close the deal on guys like that, this could be a special class for LSU. And I know high school recruiting isn't in vogue like it used to be, but it still matters.
Yeah, so right now you got Finney, who, again, a cornerback just commits. He's a 4 or 5 star, depending on the service. You have Jabari Mack, wide receiver out of Destrehan. He's a 4 star. Dylan Purter out of Alabama, 4-star. Tristan Keys, that's the number 1 receiver in the country out of Mississippi. He's a 5-star. Bryson Martinez, 6'6", 290 lineman out of Gonzales, 4-star. Kenny Darby, wide receiver out of Bossier City, 4-star. Shout out North Louisiana. Aiden Hall, DB out of NOLA. He's a highly ranked 4-star. Jalen Chapman, offensive lineman out of New Orleans, 6'3", 290. A 3-star, it says on Rivals. Kai Anderson, wide receiver out of New Orleans. He's a 4-star as well. And then, of course, Richard Anderson, the D tackle, 6'4", 310, 5-star, top D lineman in the country. So, yes, like Jake said, this 26 class shaping up to be a very special one, which, again, is why, as we said, there's no excuse for this year's LSU team to not be a playoff team. You've had 3 top 10 high school recruiting classes in a row. You're the number 1 transfer portal class in terms of not just like raw ranking, but experience, like Power 5 starting experience, what you brought in. You have Garrett Nussmeier returning. You brought him even better weapons. It's time. It's time for LSU to have a big year. And then, if you want to talk about, Jake, maybe finishing with this class, number 1, which is obviously going to come with a big price tag, but how do you increase investment, everything else? By winning, right? Like, if you want to talk about really parlaying, maybe, hitting a kind of a jump pad of success. Let's say you have a good year, you threat for an SEC championship, you make the playoff, and then in December you close a class like this and you're 1, 2, 3, something like that. That's a just home run all the way around. So a really good job. And even now, not that all this is going to stay, but a really good job by the entire building over there to have a class like this put together here on April 29th, 2025.
Yeah, I agree with you, T. And it does feel like one of those classes. And we got to get to the finish line. It's the tale as old as time when you're talking high school recruiting. But it's already where it's at. And I just think there's so many opportunities for you with guys that are still undecided in this class that I feel like you have an advantage. And on the field success helps a little bit, but it's not the say-all, be-all. Like, a lot of people just assume, you go in a national championship, you're automatically going to get this number 1 class. It doesn't work like that. Like, you'd be surprised wins and losses and how much that doesn't really affect recruiting. But LSU right now is in a really good spot with a lot of really good players. And we've mentioned it, like Lamar Brown and Booby Feaster, who we talked about a couple of weeks ago from DeSoto, Texas. And those are top 50 players. Like, this class feels like if you stay pat, you can only add elite players to it.
So great job up to this point. Like Jake said, we'll see where this thing ends up going. But Havon Fanning Jr., 5-star cornerback, joining this number 1 ranked LSU class. Big win. All right, when we get back, let's wrap up hour 2 of OTB.
Off the bench.
Yeah, scary a little bit. It's almost as scary good as the process of working with Cool Pro HVAC for all of your HVAC needs. Summer's quickly approaching. It's kind of here. It's starting to get hot. It's not too hot, but it's starting to get a little hot. And If you want to just get somebody to come out and look at your system, let's see where we're at. Remember, no dispatch fee at Cool Pro. So if that's what's holding you back, like, well, I mean, I don't want to call them only to pay to have somebody tell me nothing's wrong. Well, okay, if nothing's wrong, you're good to go. But if something is wrong, or maybe something looks like it could, we need a little preventative thing to avoid a big issue, Cool Pro's going to catch it. They're going to take care of it. And explore becoming a pro member. It's $99 for a year, full year, $99, bam, done. And you get 1 hour service windows, priority scheduling, and 24/7 monitoring. CoolProHVAC.com.
And it doesn't matter how many units you have.
True.
Either with that $99. I mean, just doing things that others are not. Go to the website today to schedule your appointment. CoolProHVAC.com.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Bayou Ford is taking 15 to 20% off all new 2024 models in stock. 15 to 20% off all new 2024 Ford models on our lot. Plus the complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the 2025 Jeep Compass Sport for only $23,995. $23,995 or 2025 Jeep Compass with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972.
Back at it, where sports talk meets pure chaos. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Sorry. There's no need for that. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. So do we have that video ready to go? That Jake was talking about?
The one Jake sent?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me get it. I thought we just wanted the regular call.
Oh, I thought we wanted Jake's.
I'll get it.
All right, here. Enjoy the.
I mean, definitely sacrificing this dude to this girl.
I mean, he is the first.
Easily.
Yeah.
I might just dress up in a gorilla suit myself. You know? Because if you have a gorilla suit on, the police will never know it was me.
That's true.
We're ready.
You got it?
Yeah, I said the wrong one pulled up.
Here we go. The 1-2. Smash deep to center field. Way back. Pucker up. Kiss that baby goodbye over the center field wall. A monumental return to victory for LSU as Jared Jones smashes his 14th home run of the year. And this place is going nuts. LSU wins it with a 6-run comeback in the ninth.
He was right on the fastball right here. Bell-tie fastball, and it's one of the furthest home runs I've seen hit. Look at this, way over the batter's eye, like no doubt.
It would take a bloodhound, a federal marshal, and a subpoena to find that ball. Wow.
That had to be one of the best trots around the bases ever for Jared Jones. A 452-foot homer to walk off the Tigers. Looked like we were maybe headed to extra innings with one more strike, and with 2 strikes, he hits it to the deepest part of the ballpark, 452 feet.
Oh, so good.
It would take a bloodhound, a federal marshal, and a subpoena to find that ball.
Wasn't wrong.
Good God, Lynn Rollins, you truly are just a master.
I know.
A master of your craft. I mean, like at a time when, sometimes we break down clips of, people not doing the moment justice. Nothing could be further. Give me Landon again. Give me just the pucker up again. I got to hear one more time.
1-2. Smash deep to center field. Way back. Pucker up. Kiss that baby goodbye over the center field wall.
Oh man, way back.
I can't believe the center fielder even gave it that much run. I mean, come on, my guy.
I love that he was running after it. Where are you going?
Curiel's going arm in the air as he's about to touch second base.
I'm surprised the ball didn't just explode off the bat. Just the covering pop off and it just burn away in the atmosphere, given how hard that thing was hit.
I don't know who I gotta give credit to whoever that guy was. If you're not watching on YouTube, you're just listening. We had a guy that was
Taylor knows his name.
Jacob Berger. I think that's how you say it. Berger.
Okay. Yeah,
he played college baseball somewhere in Cali. I think it was USC or something.
Okay, that was really, really good.
He does a lot.
The Lynn was great. But him doing Ronnie Rants, that was fantastic. Yeah, for those who don't know,
it's one of those accounts where he lip syncs the announcers.
He does a ton of Gus Johnson, and it's really funny too. He's really good.
There's 2 Aussie brothers that do it. Those are the ones that I always see, which I don't know why it works so well, but it is funny to see people do that.
That's hilarious.
When
he got Ronnie and he got his fingers right 400 and. Shout out Jumbo.
A bloodhound, a field marshal, and a subpoena. God, I love you, Lynn Rollins. Hour 2 in the books. Nick Underhill kicking off hour 3. God, I love you. Lynn could 1v1 the gorilla. 1v1.
Off the bench.
Go to yourgoodwood.com. Now, Lynn Rollins will never need Goodwood, but that's okay. You probably will, and that's okay. Because we're not being embarrassed, guys. If you're suffering from ED, low energy, you just don't feel like you're maximizing your potential. We can age aggressively, right? We don't have to just accept the things that are happening to our body. Maybe you've become a bit low testosterone. Well, go in, get your labs drawn, and let the HRT experts over there at Goodwood get you right. But maybe it's not that. Maybe you want some penile enhancements. Maybe you're suffering from ED. The worst thing you can do is let embarrassment stop you from fixing the thing that is causing you to be embarrassed. So go to yourgoodwood.com today.
Yep, go to the website. Like T-Bob said, there is no reason for any embarrassment. If you have a problem, they are going to get to the bottom of it. You're going to have a solution. Schedule that consultation today.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Bend Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Tuesday, April 29th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 88. In hour 3 of today's show, Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football hops on the show. We'll have our NFL story of the day, and we'll wrap things up with Ask the Bench. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. And watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, 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 yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo! What's happening, yo? Welcome back to OTB. And right now, it's time to talk to our guy, Nick Underhill from New Orleans Football. Nick_Underhill. A great resource for all of your Saints coverage there. Is New Orleans Football. Been a proud subscriber for years. Videos, pods, the written word. It is all there for you. And obviously a ton to get to today as the NFL draft just happened. So been very busy times over there in New Orleans on football land. Nick, what's up, man? Have we started to find our bearings again after the draft madness?
Yeah. Kind of cool that they finally have a direction. Seems like maybe I don't know if clarity is the right word at quarterback, but it feels like there's a direction there. So. Definitely feel like I know where the team's going now, whereas maybe a week ago I wasn't quite as sure. So, yeah, definitely starting to get some bearings back.
So, again, my one thing I wanted to see them do was to pick all the picks. They did that, like that. But let's start then with Tyler Shuck, because you have been out there, Nick, and it's a question that we played around with today. So I'll just ask you it. Is Tyler Shuck QB1 for the New Orleans Saints?
At some point this year, I mean, 100%, I would say I would almost place a strong bet on week one. I mean, you got to see how he picks things up and everything, and you never know how that's going to go. But I would be pretty shocked if he's not the starting quarterback pretty early in the season. I mean, they picked him at the 40th pick. I know everybody's still high on Rattler and all that, and I get that. I see potential there myself, but one guy was picked 110 picks higher than the other. That kind of tells you where the league thinks about him, regardless of what we think about him. The one guy was the handpicked quarterback of the head coach who's going to build his offense from scratch and could go any direction he wanted at ground zero and build it up around him. He picked Tyler Shuck for that. He had one quarterback in the building. He drafted the other one 110 picks higher than the other one to come in front of him. I'm a little surprised, actually, like in the fan base. Normally, I feel like I understand the conversations and I'm with them and I see that point of view. I am a little bit shocked that there is a thought process and I wouldn't even say a small part of the fan base. I would say it's loud, like a loud percentage of the fan base thinking that he is not going to be the starter, and they're surprised to hear that there's thought process behind it. I'm baffled that there's even a question about it. Maybe a couple of weeks into the season, but at some point, even if it gets 25, like even if Rattler's ahead, even if it's close, they're going with the guy that they picked and envision as their starter long term here. I don't get the conversation, and I don't get it. I'm blown away by it, honestly.
Well, there is the element of Mickey Loomis said if Derek Carr's healthy, he's the starter. But what is the latest on Derek Carr's health? Do you expect him to play this year?
I don't. I mean, I think it's done, and if it's not done,
This is pretty shocking. Wait, you say you think he's done in what way? Done in a Saints uniform and they eat the dead money, or done in that he just won't play but he'll be on the roster this year?
Done in the sense of one way or another. I don't expect to see him again in a Saints uniform.
Wow.
I think if he was going to do the thing where he was going to play the part of like, oh look, I'm injured and I'm gonna show the league that I can be the mentor to these young quarterbacks and I'm going to show up and I'm going to do it and I'm going to be there. And, I think if it was like some sort of like manipulative thing, like that would be playing out right now. And honestly, I think he's missing an opportunity not doing that. Like if you want to play hurt and get your money, show up and be the mentor and rebrand as this like great teammate and the willing resource into the back half of my career, you could pay me to come in and I'll be the good quarterback and I'll help the young guys on your team while also playing. Like he could be doing that. He's not. I think it's done and I think it should be done. I mean, look, I know there's a lot of stuff going on, and like I understand it, and I sympathize with his situation, all that stuff. But like, there's still the base core fact, regardless of everything else, that he wanted out of here, and he's not here right now. And look, like I get he's got stuff going on at home and everything, but like, just I don't know, like it's fine, be there. You don't have to be here right now. But it just feels like everything's shrouded in mystery and doubt, and it's all still very, very, very weird to me. And it might just be that a weird guy's handling the situation weirdly, and that's fine. But what I don't understand is on day one, what was it, April 11th, April 10th, this thing breaks, it comes out, and very easily somebody on Derek's side of this could have just said, hey, like this is on background. Derek has a shoulder injury. He went outside to throw a ball and it bit on him. It was related to last year's injury, and look, he's got a family situation going on right now that we don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
But that's all going to be found out later. And everyone would have been like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like no one's coming out here and being like, this is weird. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't add up. But instead, the messaging that was coming back at that time was Derek tried to do everything he could to help the team. And well, like, we'll see how this thing plays out. And it's like, what do you like? So even then it still sounded like a contract thing at the time. So it just doesn't, it's still weird to me. And maybe it is all this other stuff, and it was just handled terribly. I would say that, my honest criticism of the Carr camp is that from very, very early on in this thing, that I felt like a lot of the communication and the way his personal PR team, not the Saints PR team, his personal PR team handles things was very weird. Like, I'm not gonna like get into it, but there was like some weird situations with us and him before he ever stepped foot here, and it was just like I've been doing this for 15 years, and some of the conversations I was having were just completely like it just none of it made sense. So that might be the genesis of this. It might be exactly what he stood up there on the stage and said it was, and now it's just been handled very weirdly in a way that's very illogical, and they let it spin out of control. I think that's at least a little bit possible, but regardless of that, I think he has a shoulder injury, and I think either A, he's going to shut it down and get surgery, or B, he's going to find his way out of here and rehab it and get healthy for someone else. But I just can't – you're asking me to predict it. I can't see him playing right now, and I don't see the reason for letting him back at this point. I mean, like, he wanted out. You're building a new culture. You just drafted the successor quarterback. I just don't think he's the right guy for that situation.
What are the financial ramifications, Nick? Because that's the thing, right? Oh,
I would pay $40 million not to have him here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Nick,
I would. It just feels like that's where it's at.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Okay, because Cleveland selects 2 quarterbacks in this draft, and everyone was asking me, okay, what about Deshaun Watson? I said, well, the Browns are just going to work like he doesn't exist. There's not a lot they can do, right? There's not a lot they can do with that contract. You can't trade him. They are going to work as if he's not a human being. What, like, is that how they're going to treat Derek Carr? Like, do you think they'll actually lose the $40 million? Like, give us, like, every option that you can see playing out that's realistic for Derek Carr. Like, are they going to just operate like Derek Carr it isn't around the building? There's no chance, like, even though he's on the team? What are they going to do?
Well, I mean, look, they already lost, right? I mean, like, he got this restructure, so the money's all guaranteed. He had an injury guarantee before, so the money was already all guaranteed. So all he ever had to do was say, hey, I got an injury and I can't play, and my second opinion says this. And you know, what are you going to do? Like, you can battle it, and sometimes teams win those, sometimes they don't. But, you know, that's just kind of, like, you're stuck this year. Like, you aren't getting that money back right now. There was a guy, I think that went to, like, arbitration with Nick Fairley one year, and, like, something happened. Like, there's ways to do it and ways to try to get the money back. But, I think you've lost that battle at this point already. So the most likely outcome here to me is that somehow you come together and you have some type of, like, injury settlement, and you pay him X amount of dollars, and he agrees to walk away, and, like, you just settle at a number. So there is no battle. There is no anything. And I think that's probably, to me, everything points, and I'm just reading tea leaves here. Like, this isn't like, oh, hey, like, I think this is going to happen. And then I actually know, but I can't say it. Like, no, I just actually am, like, guessing and reading tea leaves here.
Yeah.
I think the silence on kind of both sides of this is trying to keep it at a amicable place so that there is a possible resolution at the end of it. Because I still think, look, all this stuff, like, it could be a real injury. All this stuff could be real, but I still think at the end of this, the desire is to not be a part of this team. He moved out of here. Like, he took his kids out of school. He left. Like, he's moving as an individual, and then tried to find his way out of here contractually. He's moving like an individual who is done here. And, like, I think that's what he wants. And again, until Derek comes out and says something, shows up to camp and does interviews, like, people are going to fill in the blanks, and that's just the way it's going to be. Like, when there's no information, people talk, like, and then thoughts fill in the blanks. And I could be completely wrong on that, but it looks that way, and it's impossible to say it looks any other type of way. So, yeah, I mean, look, as far as the options, like, he goes and you have an $80 million dead money hit, really is what it is. And it's just, you cut him after June 1st, and, it splits up a little bit. You don't have to pay it all at once. But, I mean, I think if there is no resolution, they're just on the hook for this money. So then it becomes like, hey, can you trade him? Like, can you get anything for him? And I don't think you get a good pick for him, but maybe you get like a 5th or 6th or something, move him out, or you cut him and move on, or he's just, this weird figure that's on the ledger but not seen and is hurt and is rehabbing back in Fresno, and he's just kind of gone. Like, one of those guys that get brought in during camp and tear an ACL, and they're just on the list the whole year, and you never see him again because, like, it's over at the end and there's no point for him to be there, and they want to rehab on their own.
All right.
I think that might be the outcome here.
All right, so real quick, Nick, with the dead money, that'd be $80 million spread over 2 years. That'd be against the cap.
Yeah, so, like, I think it would count, like, I don't know what it would be. Like, I'd have to look it up. But yeah, it would spread out over a certain amount of time.
Okay.
Post June 1st, I think it'd be like 20 this year, and then the rest is remaining after that, and it kind of split up like that. You do have like.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, like they have like a cap surplus right now of like 20-some million. If they don't spend it, you can roll that over. So like that could be basically used to kind of pay off some of that debt ahead of time. So like the restructure money cap-wise isn't necessarily lost if you don't spend it. You can essentially save it and roll it over and kind of end up in the same place.
All right, and last one on this, then I want to ask you about Chuck, but this restructure looks just like kind of crazier and crazier. I took it when Mickey Loomis was asked, did they do a physical before the restructure? He said restructures come in all forms or something along those lines. Did they? Is that rare? Is it bad business by the Saints to not do it? Because I got the feeling they did not do a physical on Derek Carr. Maybe would have caught something like this. Like, just why in the world did they restructure?
So the physical does not matter because he had an injury guarantee. So,
okay.
Like, if he comes in and says, I'm hurt off this play against the Giants last year, the money's guaranteed anyhow. So, like, that doesn't matter. So, really, if you think about it, like, you take a physical at the end of the season, you take a physical at the start. Like, if nothing's found at the end of the season, that's where I think this gets weird. Because they did a physical, like,
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, like, if you do one at the end, you do one at the start, and injury happens in the middle, we see them all the time about like non-football injuries, like stuff that happens in between, and are they going to void his contract and all this stuff? And sometimes it happens, but this one in particular, it does not matter because he had the injury guarantee. But I would say, like, I think on a global scale, like what it did for me is it opened up my eyes to the fact that, like, it is risky. Like I never thought about it before because it's like, well, he wasn't hurt at the end of the season, so he's fine, and then they take the physical at the beginning. And I think that is kind of generally safe. But if somebody wants to raise an issue, or if like somebody has ulterior motives and I'm not saying Derek does, I'm just saying if you had a guy that just kind of wants to put you in a bad situation and doesn't want to play, but wants his money or gets pissed off about something or is pissed off about the restructure, like, you kind of are exposed a little bit. And I had never even considered that possibility before because, like, you just assume most of these guys are getting paid, $20, $30, $40 million and they want to play and they want, they're going to show up and do it because, like, not doing it means you're risking your money or you're risking your future, marketability on the job market. So, yeah, I mean, it is something, though, that I think going forward, you got to look at it and kind of look at that practice, and especially on people that don't already have their money guaranteed. But again, Derek's money was guaranteed no matter what. So I think that one doesn't apply here. But overall, yeah, I mean, I think there's a gray area here that you need to make sure that you are protecting yourself against going forward.
All right, and then how about Tyler Shuck, man? I know that you're probably in the process of or have already watched every Tyler Shuck snap.
He
from
was on
junior
2
high
months
on.
ago.
Yeah. What are we feeling about Shuck's 8th grade film? No, I'm just kidding. How do you think he translates?
That was a long time ago too. Sorry.
Yeah, that was a long ass time ago.
If you would have said 7th grade film, that would have been like a great double entendre because like 7 years in college. And
damn it!
Yeah, like it was right there. It was right there. Look, I think there's a lot of stuff to like about him, and I think there's a lot of stuff to be worried about. And I think that's usually what happens when a guy gets picked 40th. And the safest bet in the world, like, walk down to the casino, walk down to the Queen, place a bet against any quarterback picked outside of the first round and say they aren't going to make it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna hit 98% of the time. There's like Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy, and then there's a bunch of Aiden O'Connells. So we'll see how it kind of, I don't want to oversell anyone or anything, but I think when you do watch him, like, he has a really, really good arm. I don't think great, but really good. He's 6'5". He can see over the line of scrimmage. That's a little bit rare for Saints football overall. If you want to play penning inside, I think you got a tall enough quarterback to maybe do that now. Like, that could be a factor toward it. When you watch him throw, I think his base is like incredibly polished. Like, he's a guy that the rare college quarterback that consistently throws when his back foot hits. I think the mechanics are pretty good overall. Can throw from all the different arm angles. Very good on the move. I went back. I was watching the Oregon tape, and I don't know what happened at Louisville, like where they just took out all the runs or whatever. Like, they're kind of running like a 1985 Bill Walsh West Coast offense. It's very like archaic looking, and they don't do a lot of that stuff. But you go back and you look at, there are a couple RPOs in there, but like you go back and you look at what he was doing at like Oregon, and the running ability is kind of crazy. And I don't know if that's disappearing as the result of broken leg and 2 broken clavicles, and now you got to protect the guy. I don't know. I saw an interview with McShay where he said, they just didn't ask him to do it, and, he's willing to do it. He had the Instagram post last night that he's willing to die on the field. So maybe it's something that just kind of disappeared. But you do have to wonder if it is kind of like about protecting him. My biggest issue with him, though, and this is going to be the thing that I think defines or success or failure, he plays like a guy that has been in situations, and this might be the laziest thing I ever say, but it's just how it looks. Like he plays like a guy that maybe understands, like literally, that the next hit could be his last. And when there's a free rusher, like there's a guy that kind of looks panicked and scared a little bit. And, I think that's something that I don't know. Like, can you fix it? Can you hide it? Can you change it? I think he's a really great pocket athlete. Like, I like how he climbs and stuff. And then there's times where it's just total panic back there. And, there's times where, he'll throw. And I think the thing Spencer Rattler does better than a lot of quarterbacks I've ever seen is he'll throw and he's got his body fully extended. He knows the hit's coming and he's eating it and he doesn't care. And he plays with that like fearlessness. I think that's Rattler's greatest trait. With Shuck, like you'll see some throws where it's like he's throwing it and he's not getting all the way through it because like he's crunching and turning
for the
his
hit.
back. Yeah, and he shorts arms it and it gets picked off. And if you can clean those things up, I mean, I think you really have a real shot of hitting here. But I don't know how that can be cleaned up. I don't know if it can be cleaned up. I don't know if he was coached to do that. I counted 31 throwaways last year, 26 under pressure, about 7.8% of his plays. Like, that's a lot of throwing away of the football. And, like, I don't know if he was told, hey, look, it's coming, just don't ever even risk it, just get rid of the ball. But to me, it almost looked like he was willing to risk a intentional grounding to avoid a hit. And, I don't know what actually was going on there, but it was a lot. Like, it's something that stands out. But, on the flip side, kind of a pro-style offense, even if it's an old-style pro offense, plays under center, play action, good mechanics, great base, great arm, can really run. I think he has a chance. But if, those pocket plays, the panic plays, whatever they are, the insecurity in the pocket, if that wasn't there, I think you're talking about like a guy that's going a little bit higher. Even with that stuff, I think if he was 21, you're talking about like a top 15 pick.
Yeah.
But the problem is he does this stuff and he's 26 and it's kind of, 25, about to be 26. And it's just like, is this it? Is this kind of who he is? I think you can win with him. I think maybe it's like a Goff situation where like if you can really, really protect him, I think he has a good chance. I like the gamble overall of 40. I just don't know that I would bet anything on it hitting, but I'm not mad at him missing. I like their process on this. They identified him early as the guy.
They did, yeah.
The one thing that kind of sold it for me that when I started was like, all right, this is going to be the guy. I had heard he came in and like their 30 visits, they're usually bringing in guys they have questions on, and they're just, meeting with a ton of different people, trying to have them, talk to a bunch of different guys, ask them the same questions, go at the end, compare notes, see if everything lines up. And all right, like, did we fill in this blank or not? With Shuck, like I heard he came in, went to a room with Kellen Moore, they talked football, watched football, he left, and that was it. And it was like, okay, that's the get to know you. That's the, the Gruden QB class meeting in real life. Like this is the guy. And, I think they really, really liked him. I think he was the chosen guy out of this class. And, if you're going to build from ground zero, I like the idea that Kellen Moore got his guy. And regardless of, I wouldn't have picked anyone in this draft class at quarterback, but they have. And now I'm not interested in my own personal thoughts anymore. Like the idea of them starting at ground zero, new coach, this guy was a college quarterback, comes up as an offensive coordinator, starting to build an offense from scratch with the quarterback that he picked and brought in. No base here. Like, it's just going to be built up around him. If nothing else, I mean, this makes the season damn interesting.
I agree. And New Orleans on Football is a great place to stay up to date with everything. Nick Underhill. Nick, thank you, brother.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.
All right, there it is. Nick Underhill, New Orleans on Football. When we get back, more OTB.
Off the bench.
All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Guys, if you need a service center, collision center, body shop, you want to go check out All-Star. It's located off the Airline in Goodwood, very conveniently located, and it's open to all makes and models. And when you mention OTB, just don't mention Taylor. When you mention OTB, you get $250 towards that deductible. You also get free professional estimates, excellent lines of communication, whether it be texting or calling. You choose. The bottom line is that you have people on human beings on the other side ready to communicate back with you immediately. They keep you abreast of the situation. No decisions are made without you giving the thumbs up. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Go to the website today, buying new, leasing, and renting. We tell you every single day, anything you can buy new, you can lease. Anything you can lease, you can rent. So everything is available and everything that they offer over at All-Star. Go ahead and reserve that summer rental for the summer vacation coming up here in a couple of weeks. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644.
Welcome back to Off the Bench, where the takes are hot and the sports talk is questionable.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. I did want to remind you about our friends at K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. Okay, guys. Jake, how's that drop-down exterior shade treating you?
Always good. Now, got back from Green Bay. Y'all turned the heat up on me while I was gone.
Yeah,
it is needed more now than ever.
And, so if you know what I'm talking about, so Jake had K to Z out of the home. They kind of look around. Brandon Barr takes advantage of his multiple decades of experience. And he says, I think this could be good for your home. It's some drop-down exterior shading right by Jake's outdoor grill. And so all of a sudden, he's grilling, staying cool, chilling, and even getting some ancillary benefits like the glare being taken off the television inside, house being cooled inside. And look, that's your outdoor living portion. Your interiors, you need drapes, shades, shutters. Well, that'd be outside as well. You get the point. It's all at K to Z. Where, again, I don't care if it's starter home, home of your dream. It does not matter. We can put together a plan to you to take your home to the next level and just really bring it together and make it better. So have Brandon team out to your home. Get that free estimate today. Complimentary installation always as well at K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. All right. I saw Sinners over the weekend, guys. We decided to commit our Saturday night to going to see Sinners. It's a new Ryan Coogler movie. Michael B. Jordan plays two twins in the movie, the Smokestack Twins. And for me, at least, guys, I would say the hype, very much deserved. Very much deserved. I'm giving this movie a full 10 out of 10. Technically, production's fantastic, from the set design, costume design, sound design. I think the acting is top tier. My God, Michael B. Jordan might be the best looking man on the entire planet. Like, it's actually insane, I think, how attractive that man is. It's
Bonk.
What?
Bonk?
Yeah, I mean, well, okay, just watch him and tell me. I mean, I don't know. Am I wrong? Where, Alondra, as our resident female perspective, where would you rank Michael B. Jordan amongst the best looking men?
He's up there.
Is he top 10?
I would say he's top 10.
You're not giving
He's
him
not in my
top 5 status? Okay.
No, but he's top 10 for sure.
I'll be interested to see if this movie changes any of that.
I'm looking at some pics. I don't love the hair, but
you crazy
still,
girl.
he looks great.
You crazy. But
man, telling somebody else their opinion's crazy.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You can't.
I know. He's like, Alondra, let me get your thoughts on this. Oh my God.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's. I
Thought
guess.
she'd have better
I guess it's a function of.
He wanted me to confirm.
I guess it's a function of too. I mean, I don't know. Seen it. Seen. I guess I can't separate the characters that he's playing in the movie also as being a part of the overall attractiveness package here.
That's fair.
But I thought it was insanely well directed. Great story. Like underneath it all, it's just a very good, fun, vampire kind of horror movie that's very well made technically, but it's got a story that the more you reflect on it, I think the more interesting kind of things it causes you to think about. And it's not just like base level allegory where it's like, well, this represents this and this represents this. No, it's pretty you can just kind of infer your own meaning from the movie. So I don't know. I freaking loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I can't wait to see it again. It was and at least part of it filmed in Donsville.
Was it?
Yeah, they have an old, so it's set in Jim Crow South in Mississippi.
Okay.
And there's like a general store scene where they go to a town on a dusty main road, and apparently they built that town in Deville. So
right.
Shout out to Louisiana and Coogler.
Getting movies back?
And I thought this was pretty cool too. Was
maybe?
I mean, Sinners. That's big. That's one of the big ones. I mean, we've still had like the undercurrent of movies to your point, but I mean, getting some Sinners filmed here, hell yeah, dude. I would say what's cool too. Have y'all heard about the Coogler contract he got for this movie? The director, 38 years old. Of course, he made Fruitvale Station.
Yep.
He said he was $200,000 in debt when he made Creed.
Oh, wow.
From getting his film masters and everything. Even though Fruitvale Station was like this critical darling and everything, he was in massive debt. The studio, because of Fruitvale, give him a chance to make Creed. Creed's a hit. His life's made. And, whatever. Black Panther, $1 billion, blah, blah, blah. But for this movie, so sometimes you get to be a big enough actor, director, you get points on the back end, right? Where you might get a percentage or two of the box office profits. But you only make that after the movie has made its money back.
Right.
There are very few, like your Scorsese, some of these other guys who can get points up front just on the gross revenue, and that's exactly what Coogler got. So he's already making money day one. The percentages he got of the revenue is not after the studio makes it. It's right at the beginning. And he gets he'll own the IP in 25 years. Warner Brothers will not. It will revert back to him. And being that it's a movie that deals with a lot of like Jim Crow era concepts and what is actual freedom and blah, 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 and ownership of like the land that you work, essentially, it's kind of interesting that even the contract itself reflects like some of the themes. And he said, he's like, look, I'm not looking for this contract in other movies, but for this movie, it was important to it. So he's 38 years old, guys. What an a-hole. What an absolute a-hole, dude. 38 years old and just dominating the world. But I would say definitely go check out Sinners if you're on the fence about it.
Like, I even saw Sinners was like Oscar talk already.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you doubter? Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely no doubt. And, you know, it had music by my guy, Ludwig Göransson, who scores all of Coogler's movies, the guy that did Oppenheimer, Mando Season 1 and 2. Some of the music in this, oh my, I mean, it has one of the best scenes, just this one scene, one of the coolest scenes I've ever seen in any movie ever. So, check it out. Check it out. There it is, spoiler-free review.
I very much wish I could go see this in theaters. I'm not sure that can happen, but I very much want to see it on a big screen with the way that you've talked about it.
Yeah, I didn't see it, and unfortunately, I didn't see it in like the highest quality screen, but still very worth seeing it in a theater if you can get a babysitter or find a way to swing it, for sure. Or you can just be like Alondra and prove the Netflix CEO correct when he's like, people don't want to go to movies anymore. As I was texting the group about the movie, and Alondra's like, let's wait for it to come out on streaming. Way to go. I hope you're happy, Alondra. You are who the Netflix CEO is talking
So I actually love going to the movies. I just don't know if this is one that I'm going to go see in the theater. Also, I ain't got time for that. Or money. It's like $100 to go watch a movie.
Oh, I went the other day. It was way more than that for our crew.
Yeah, if you're buying snacks, for sure.
Yeah, it was like $250
for 5 kids.
Yeah, it was like $250 total tickets.
Definitely. I'm so mad. I had an AFC Stubbs card for like the past decade and a half, but I never spent any of my money on it because I don't know why. I never doing that stuff.
Well, no, that doesn't track anybody. Somebody that buys Starbucks.
But no, I just like hoarding these rewards, right?
Mm.
And I lost my AMC Stubbs card. And I have no idea. It's not tied to me in any way in like an email or anything. So it was probably like $15, but it's more just the time put in. Rip Stubbs card. We had some great times.
What did you think you were going to get on that? Did you use it ever?
No. So it was only like $15 still, even. But no, I never used it once. Every time they'd ask me if I wanted to use the points, I'd say no. I don't know why.
So it's
like hoarding points.
You don't use this. You don't have the Starbucks app. You have the AMC Stubbs thing and don't use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not smart.
No. The movie was filmed in New Orleans, Donaldsonville, and Bogalusa.
Bruh, that's huge. I mean, again, this is an all-time good movie, and it was filmed right here in Louisiana. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to go a whole segment, but I think it's actually worth it. When we get back here on OTB, we got a Tay NFL Store Day, more stuff coming up. Keep it locked.
Off the bench.
GeauxTommies.com. GoTommies.com. You need windows, doors, siding. You want to go to Tommy's where you will see the difference clearly. Put some of that Hardy Plank or vinyl siding, wood or vinyl windows. You need any type of door. Tommy's has your back. And you take advantage of the company that has won the Angie Service Award every year it's been in existence. Now, Tommy's been in this game for damn near 30 years. But after 20 years working for somebody else, he said, look, man, there are things I do differently. And so he's brought all that dependability, integrity, efficiency, professionalism with him. And that's why Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding is absolutely killing it. Take your home to the next level with Tommy's, GeauxTommies.com.
Yeah, go to the website today, see what they've already done here in the greater Baton Rouge area. You can get testimonials from past clients, which is great as well, but check out the gallery of work. But also know they can customize your job, whatever you're looking to get done. They can get it done over at Tommy's. That's GoTommies.com.
At Atmos Energy, Our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to
I was walking down the street when out the corner of my eye I saw a pretty little thing approaching me.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
She looked at me and this is what she said. Oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. I know I can't slow down, I can't hold back.
Yo, welcome back. Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. Gordon McCurdy, Injury Attorneys, there for you when you need somebody who's going to stand up for you. Fight those big insurance companies. That's where Gordon comes into play, man, because you need somebody that's going to advocate for you and get you what you justly deserve. So don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of. Take advantage of them. Take advantage of Gordon. Go to getgordon.com, fill out a consult form right there. They'll get in touch immediately or call 888-8888. And shout out to the G team. A lot of your favorite athletes teaming up with Gordon McCurdy Injury Attorneys. Get Gordon and get it done. I know we got to take that story of the day. I thought there was something that I wanted to talk about right before we got on, but then you mentioned Sicario, and that kind of distracted me.
Great movie.
Very good movie.
Saw it for the first time this weekend.
Wait, really? You'd never seen it before?
I had never seen it. Certainly not all the way through it, but in the hotel room, yeah.
I love Benicio del Toro, but the second one's pretty good too if you want to check it out.
It was good.
You watched both of them?
He said.
Yeah. things weren't popping off in Green Bay.
Wow. How about that? Yeah, written by Taylor Sheridan. I knew Villeneuve directed it, the Dune guy. Denis Villeneuve, but I did not know Sheridan wrote it. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Sheridan, how do you know how to write so well, too?
I know.
Benicio, and then they have Emily Blunt. She's great in it, too. Josh Brolin is in it.
Yeah.
And then we were just talking about John Bernthal.
Yeah, I like John Bernthal.
He's in it, too.
Okay. Yeah. No, I remember.
It's a great
Well, I
cast.
haven't seen it. I haven't seen it
Yeah.
since it came out. I should probably watch Sicario again sometime because it is fantastic.
And you haven't seen the second one?
No.
It's pretty good.
All right, let's do a little Tay NFL story of the day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
I'm glad Jake brought this up earlier about Tyler Shuck because I saw this last night, wanted to do a little deep dive. His sports timeline does not make sense. So he was actually friends with Brock Purdy in high school. Here is a picture of them at like a prom. I don't know what it is. He's actually 3 months older than Brock Purdy, if you can imagine that. They played against each other in the 2021 Fiesta
Brock
Bowl.
Purdy actually looks the same. So
Yeah, he does. Shuck came into that game, went 7 of 9 for 79 yards. Brock Purdy and Iowa State won that game against Oregon 34-17. It gets wilder than that, though. He went to high school with Cody Bellinger in Hamilton High School, and they even played on a middle school baseball team together, coached by Cody's dad. Jawan Johnson, who's been in the NFL for a number of years, he's on his second contract. Yeah, they were teammates together at the University of Oregon. He is now the last player officially drafted born before the year 2000.
Oh, yeah, I heard that, dude. He's the last player with a 19.
And he is 9 days older than Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence. So the years and the timeline of Tyler Shuck just do not add up to me in my mind. I saw this last night. I kind of wanted to do a little deep dive, see if I could find any cool nuggets. The Cody Bellinger was a really cool one. It's just this guy's been in college forever. Like, you drafted Van Wilder. I mean, like, I just
he's
being older than
he's old as Shuck.
He is. Yes, he is. He is old as Shuck. 3 months older than Brock Purdy, 9 days older than Trevor Lawrence. I mean, there are 11 NFL quarterbacks that Tyler Shuck is currently older than.
What? I mean, it's probably damn near older than Jalen Hurts. I don't know when Hurts would have been born. That's crazy, man.
He'll be 26 in September.
Cody Bellinger in his 8th year in the MLB.
Yep. Juwan Johnson on his second NFL contract. Brock Purdy about to be on his second NFL contract.
Well, here's to hoping that old Shuck can, I don't know, be good or something.
I saw this tweet that said that Tyler Shuck is the last person that's going to be drafted from the year 1998 or 90, whatever.
He's the last one,
Before
like Taylor was
2000.
saying. It's the last one with a 19 in the name.
Yeah.
Ooh, that hurts.
Also, I saw another thing that said that if someone's checking your ID to check your legal age or whatever, if it says 19,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
you're the legal age.
Yeah. I mean, it had been for a while now.
For a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, you can rent cars now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cars, you're right. That's like the one thing.
Sicario, pretty good though, dude.
Really good.
Benicio del Toro has always
Incredible.
looked like a Mexican Brad Pitt to me.
Well,
yeah,
he's
that's
incredible.
a good, yeah.
I mean, he
Usual
was
suspects.
like he was the thing that was the most intriguing. Like now the music too, like that theme song that they had that everybody knows now because Michigan was walking out when they beat Ohio State. Like you get it like in the movie, like how now it's even more impactful watching
when
the
Brolin's
Michigan
walking out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an intense scene. Benich, another guy that my sister made out with.
Really?
Had a
Lucky
little bit of
her.
a thing going, and then she got drunk dialed him.
Ooh.
And like left him a super long voicemail.
Ooh.
And that was that.
We've all been there.
Dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Dropped
You can't
the ball.
fumble Benicio del Toro.
I know.
Where does she meet these people?
This was when she would start her business in New York.
Okay.
Yeah. What a legend. All right, when we get back, closing out the show next. Keep it locked, OTB.
Off the bench.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Baton Rouge is home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always. No paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Welcome to the 7th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Shout out to Central Plumbing, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Any plumbing problems, you got your one-stop plumbing shop, and you already know what it is. It's Central Plumbing. It has been for half a century. Half a century, T-Bob, that's 50 years. Duh, you idiot. So don't be stupid again, and don't think twice, and just call Central Plumbing. If you have any plumbing problems, they're good to go. The Payne family makes it a painless process. Flat rate pricing, great warranty once the work is done. Licensed, bond insured employees, they send you information about ahead of time. The best, centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org. Ask the bench, can we take a moment to Lamau at the Lakers? Shoo. Edwards put it on him, son.
Edwards is
big dogged him. I love the video, too, of him just getting super physical with LeBron. And LeBron looking for the ref instead of, like, fighting back.
It was the Sunday game. Like, LeBron scores 27, Luka scores 38. Lakers win that 9 out of 10, but Anthony Edwards had 49.
Yeah. Also,
I mean,
we forget, dude, look, man, the Wolves just made the Western Conference Finals last year.
Yeah.
And how crazy for Ant Edwards. His favorite two players growing up were KD and LeBron. He knocked KD out in the playoffs this year. He's like he's about to knock LeBron out now. It's a man. Ask the bench. Would you rather my guy in the chat, Scott Dice, be your life coach or father-in-law? If he's your life coach, it's just too intense.
Father-in-law, I could hang with Scott.
Yeah, I would love him to be a father-in-law.
Yeah.
Great father-in-law to party with. If he's your
Fun
life
father-in-law.
coach, I mean,
Yeah, you got to reevaluate.
you might die. Ask the bench. Thoughts on Shaquille O'Neal becoming Sacramento's general manager? Sacramento basketball.
Sure.
Sacramento the college GM. I don't understand this really at all.
I don't know what a GM
I'm sure
is
it's just in
anymore.
a fundraising role.
Yeah.
But
we talked about them having a ton of money.
They got a lot of money.
Mike Bibby's their head coach. I think Shaq has a son on the team, so it's maybe only going to be for a couple of years. Not taking any money from the role either. So, I don't know. Sure. Current players who are GMs, like assistant GMs for.
Yeah, I've seen the assistant.
football,
I haven't seen the
basketball,
head, but whatever. I mean, Shaq ain't going to be there on the day today. Ask the bench, do you fold your TP or ball it up?
Fold it.
Fold it.
Fold it.
Wait, like as in toilet paper?
Mhm.
That's such a dumb question that I don't even know what that. What do you mean roll it up?
It's like ball it up in a
Who
ball.
does that?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying I like
don't-
perfectly fold it every time.
That's
Maybe there's some
psychotic.
ball type stuff, you know. I mean, I don't know.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's fold. That's the answer.
Ask the bench. Original Gorilla tweet has 10 million views and has spawned a new Twitter account with more than 30,000 followers. To explain horrendous TV ratings for the college football playoffs. Damn it, Nookie.
I don't get that.
It's the touch of the tism taking over
Yeah.
again.
It's been especially bad.
Ask the bench. Nope, you're not going to ask that. Ask the bench. In the 14-track Love Note, what is the first banger that had Katie Hester hooked?
Oh, man, I don't know. I'd have to go back and y'all know. I mean, there's a lot of Usher, a lot of Jagged Edge on there.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like Let's Get Married by Jagged Edge. I don't know. Like maybe we already knew.
Let's Get Married?
Yeah. Feels like one.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Ask the bench. How many pieces would Bear Jones have toured the Little Mermaid shortstop into? That was a funny video from over
Come
the
on,
weekend.
man. Dude, choose your battles wisely. That's not
Well,
the one.
He had the hold back guy in
kinda looked
front
like
of him.
Yeah,
too.
he had the coach and the umpire.
You kind of look like Moose a little bit.
That wasn't Moose?
All right, guys. We love you. Go Tigers. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.
Off the bench.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim